So the funny thing is,
Hello, YouTube.
I love
Oh,
tangerines.
Oh,
You love tangerines?
I was like,
Yeah, tangerines.
you
Boom,
legitimately
tangerines
just
Never
showed
had a
boobs at the
tangerine.
beginning of this video. You're gonna get demonetized.
Wait,
demonetized? What's that, Kage? I don't even get money from YouTube yet.
I was about to say demonetize and what happens when you lose the money that you do not have.
You're making me lose money
YouTube-
that I don't even have. How do I get money?
YouTube forces you to subscribe to YouTube Red for a month.
Come again?
YouTube.
Oh, I know what Kage.
Red.
Yep, I know what Kage means.
That is old. That is old. By old, I mean that's like 6 years old.
It still exists.
But yes, YouTube Premium.
Whatever.
Which, to be fair, I do pay for. I'm sorry, I don't like the ads anymore.
No, yeah, they get annoying.
annoying. It's annoying when they decide, hey, I know you like this YouTube video, but we're gonna put ads in an ad inside of this ad. Right before you.
Remember when you used to be able to
Yeah.
skip ads? Now there's certain second ads you can't skip.
No, what I hate now is
Reason
that
why
I can
I
get.
have an ad blocker.
Yeah, but they're starting to get past that because it's YouTube.
Yeah, most of my ads.
Well,
blockers don't work on YouTube.
once Google stops advertising
Oh, yeah.
freaking horror movies, YouTube tries to give me panic attacks.
You're not wrong.
Speaking of panic attacks, back to
Hi.
session.
Welcome back to session, everyone.
I just want to have one last little like YouTube ad story that I have. This like goes way back to when like ads were first starting on YouTube, but to the point where some like I want to say some creators might be able to like buy ad spots or something similar like that, or they just take random videos and use as ads. Because I remember seeing one time an ad pop up that was 35 minutes long, and it was an entire episode of I think an anime called Cardfight Vanguard. It was listed as an ad, 35 minutes long.
Wow.
Thankfully, it was skippable.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had
I've
35-minute like
That's-
Genshin Impact stuff pop up as ads,
Yeah,
quotation
I
mark
keep
ads.
getting 5-minute ads on YouTube. I'm sick of it.
I mean, it's not the worst thing that I've seen. Someone got the entire Lorax movie as an ad.
Wait,
Before
Yeah, the
video.
Lego movie was as an ad for a lot of people.
Yeah. Hey, at least it's a movie
people
though,
were
and not like advertisement actually.
Yeah, and people were like there were, threads like, I had shit to do, and I can't pause this to go do my shit. But I want to watch it because it's free.
Yeah, exactly. Free
fair.
movie? Okay.
What do you mean you can't pause it? You can pause ads.
Yeah, you can pause ads actually.
Back then, they only had,
Oh, back then, yeah, you couldn't. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, now you could, but back then you couldn't.
Anyways, so yeah, you guys decided to finish up the night and stay on that side.
Mm-hmm.
One moment.
Your moment has passed.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. Yeah.
No, this is a happy thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Did some cute Les Spawn find us?
I just want to. I just got a message from a friend of mine. Shout out to Rachel for getting her bachelor's degrees in law.
Hey, congrats, Rachel!
Nice.
Wow.
Also, the cat is meowing. Sounds like
Signaling
he's
doom.
meowing at my brother's door. No, really though. He goes there to like and thinks he's inside. So yeah. So last time we played, you guys milled about a bit. You checked out the area, you got to the other side, managed to find some strange papers and some badges. Like, you found 3 badges laying on a table. You took one with you, flew back, Sharon did. You did some experimenting with it, and found out that these badges allow you to essentially walk across the empty space between the platforms. Almost as if it's building, like, materializing the brick path underneath your feet as you go. So that's fine. You decided, it was starting to get dark, you decided to set up shop on, I believe you did it on this side of the, this side of the platform, and went to, what's the words? You were planning on doing the trek over, essentially the very arduous trek over the bridge tomorrow.
Yep.
Because, yeah, that is, like, if you look at the distance of that, that is a mile. So that is 1 mile traversal, and then 1 mile to turn the thingy, then 1 mile over again, 1 mile over. Yeah, just crossing this bridge is going to take, like, an entire day, more or less.
An entire day just to do it safely.
So they go
Yeah.
back and forth, back and forth.
Unless you guys want to patch the boat and just ford the river. That's always a. But yeah, so if you guys are doing regular walking speed, if you're looking at the overland travel rules, you can have 3 hours, 3 miles per hour, and the bridge being more or less a mile long. You can have 3 passes, like back, forth, and back again. Forth, back, and forth. You can have that in the span of 1 hour. Seeing as you guys are 5 people, one of which can fly, I want to say this is going to take you guys maybe like 2-3 hours.
I think, just as a side note, we're gonna have 𝓓𝓪𝓷𝓮'𝓼 carry Vivian as he walks, or piggyback her.
Yeah, he's gonna piggyback Vivian.
Okay.
As apology for, dropping her.
Almost murdering her.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys wake up. The guard shift doesn't notice anything during the night. And just over to the side, shadows on up the floor as Azrae and Ulan just rise up from their restful night's sleep.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
5 more minutes.
Sorry,
5 minutes.
sorry, Sean. Your 5-minute warning's already up.
There wasn't a 5-minute warning. What do you mean 5-minute warnings already up?
There you go, bro.
I mean,
It's up.
I still need to wash, so if he wants 5 minutes.
Alright.
And that's for 5 minutes.
It actually takes Vivian an hour to bathe.
What?
Bathe and prepare spells, huh?
The paladin preparation stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that just means that if you guys want to get a move on, someone can start moving across the bridge already now.
Sure.
Somebody who can fly.
Morning, Ulan.
Well,
Morning. Morning,
Someone's gonna have
Azri.
to walk.
Yeah, that's fair, but lion would be faster, right? Or is it the same
Oh.
speed?
Sharon can fly, but he is not. He doesn't have.
I can lift all
wings
you
to
guys.
carry someone else.
No.
The only one he could that he could lift is Vivian without her armor on.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we
Okay.
decided last session that that was not a good idea.
No.
We're still gonna have 𝓓𝓪𝓷𝓮'𝓼 carry Vivian.
But we can still have it where one of you two can go first, and I'll go with you, pretty much.
I'd like to make a ride check to ride 𝓓𝓪𝓷𝓮'𝓼.
Just to make sure that when 𝓓𝓪𝓷𝓮'𝓼 picks up Vivian, he's gonna Damn it wouldn't affect it that much.
I rolled a
Yeah.
2.
You know
Well,
what?
luckily,
Okay.
the right check is only to make the mount go where you want. You managed to exert no
Vivian,
power over your mount to choose where it goes.
Vivian, could you please stop pulling my hair?
Basically, it, yeah.
Is that what this is? Like, on hair a little.
You are reaching underneath my beret. Come on.
Not
Right?
the beret. Not the beret.
Oh, also just to ask before we start setting on everything. I know the plaza was like full of life and seemed active last night. How's it look now?
Come again?
When we went to bed last night, the plaza I know was like seemed to be full of life and activity. How's it like now? The one beneath the other side of the bridge.
Oh, no, this thing.
Hmm.
This thing was always empty.
Okay, gotcha.
When you stood inside, like
Oh, okay, it was the city itself. Okay.
when you stood inside, like the like very much inside of the town appeared to be like empty, but you could have sworn you saw like further into the town
Hmm.
that there was at least some hustle and bustle.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Alright. So Deanna's gonna help Vivian up after her preparation as he'll look to Ulan and Azri.
I'll just nod to them as they pick each other up completely as if I was here the whole day last night.
Azri, keep an eye on Ulan. Carol will be back with something that'll help you all get across. Badges do help. Alright, come on, Vivian. Deanna's gonna start walking with Vivian over there for the first set.
By the way, she would have basically jumped onto your back.
Yeah, he kind of
There
figured
was
that.
no pickup.
There was no pickup.
Yeah.
So you guys are in no rush and decide to have Deanra and Vivian be the first batch over then.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Have the tanky and the over
Have the
there.
highest levels go over first.
Tanky and the brain.
Tanky and the brain.
Tanky in the brain. Anyways.
Actually, yeah, no, he has a higher intelligence than I do.
So yeah,
Vivian?
it is a very long walk to get across. I don't know how much you actually trust your feet, like moving forwards like this. But yeah, it's definitely an experience. It's essentially looking down, and because the only part that you can see when you look down, like, is just the water rushing underneath you. Well, I'll say rushing.
And the bricks that
Intensity
appear underneath
where-
my feet.
Yeah, only under your feet, like no higher or lower than that.
And then they fall out behind him.
It is interesting.
This is quite the experience, wouldn't you agree?
Quite
Deanna
the
asks
experience.
Vivian.
Yeah, we're in an underground city.
Deanna asks Vivian as they continue to walk.
I would imagine
Oh.
Charon has gone on ahead and just setting on the other side.
Yeah.
Approaching.
Of course. He's the world's greatest scout, don't you know?
Speaking of which, he can run a perception check if he wants to.
Okay. And because the dance give me a jinx, like a 5 for my perception. 16.
It's a fat 16.
To be fair, I rolled a 6. I was close.
You don't notice much on the other side. It looks empty.
Okay.
There appears to be little movement on the other side.
Okay.
Right. And
To yourself, you
as soon
say that's probably for the best.
Yeah.
and as soon as we touch down safely, like we're on up, I would say about here-ish. That's when Deanna will slowly set down Vivian.
Well, you would imagine that like as soon as you get to basically a similar part, just over the edge, it's safe. It doesn't look like it's going to crumble. Like as I mentioned earlier, the stone looks old, but it's good old. Like it's kind of stuff that
It's sturdy.
you could swear, like it's like the old Greek stuff. Like it feels like the ancient people knew what they were doing with the construction.
Yeah,
It
sounds
hasn't
about right.
eroded very much.
All right. He'll hand the badge over to Charon, as he'll say, "Send Ulan over next." As he'll
Alright.
probably handle himself for alone for a bit.
As Karen flies back.
Okay, you fly back with minimal worries. You arrive back at base camp. Well, first platform.
Yeah.
Hand over the badge, and you guys are set to go. I would imagine that Phantom is
I'm sorry, I was talking to someone.
incorporeal.
The Phantom is incorporeal, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just flying across with you.
Okay.
Good fun. Good fun.
Good.
But yeah. Stretchy. You also manage to get across with little to no problems. Can Vivian and 𝓓𝓪𝓷𝓛𝓲𝓷𝓽 during this time roll me a perception check?
So you wish, as you'll get.
Macro to 10.
Oh.
Those fucking 10s, Kage. What the hell? 14.
Ooh.
I did well. I mean, I only have a +1.
So casually.
Everything appears to be in order.
Cool. Sweet. Okay.
And then once we get there, I'd fly back for Azure.
Cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Yep.
Protecting
Last
the
person.
rear. Yeah. That's cool.
Unfortunately, the creators of Pathfinder did not think that it was a good idea to give perception to a fucking
To
paladin.
frog people. Oh.
Hey, you guys need to have some weaknesses, come on.
He's not
Well,
wrong. He's
they
not wrong.
they have they don't need to look because they already have a hit scan in the form of detect evil.
Yeah. They got that
You know
sonar.
what? I am in detect evil range.
Uh-oh.
I'll just start spamming it.
Oh no.
Do it, Les.
Do
No.
it.
Detect all
But
the
yeah.
evil.
Stretchy. So the trip back, on the trip back, for some reason, there appears to be something in the water.
Uh-oh.
You
Can I-
notice somewhat of a dark spot. It's a bit hard to see.
Okay. I'll keep it in mind, but I'll continue going for now to make it to the other end.
Okay.
Keeping an eye on it, cause yeah. That's new.
Okay, so you get to the other end, you hand Azrael the badge, and would Ulan give me a perception check? And Phantom as well, if you want to.
Looking. Okay, I'll do both.
Yeah, doesn't hurt.
Okay, 13.
Okay,
Sure,
yeah,
15.
you...
I don't notice anything.
Yeah, nothing
Yeah.
feels out of the ordinary. It feels perfectly safe here.
That's cool.
Just as a side note,
But I'll
16,
keep a
15,
look.
14, 13.
But there's
I'm
a 10
sorry,
in
I
the middle
broke
of
it.
but...
Yeah, unfortunately. We're just ignoring Vivian's it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'd also warn Azrael that something could be in the water that is a dark spot that he didn't see before.
Why you guys say that? Why?
So you're aware if anything happens.
We're in the air. We're cool.
I'm just mentioning.
We're cool. We're cool. Okay, thank you. I am alert now and terrified slightly.
Well, if you're alert, then would you give me a perception check?
Phasmophobia. Oh, I knew it! I knew it was coming, bro.
It is better than surprised.
Wait, oh shit. Wait.
Ooh.
God damn it, it's been a while.
19.
Oh, sup? Okay.
So,
No, we're cool. So we're
so
cool.
you so you,
Thank
so you go over, and when you're about halfway over, you look down into the water,
Nothing
ever
happens.
paranoid, and you do see there's a dark spot. It appears to be moving a little bit.
As Charon mentioned, it's moving. We're still in the air. Wait.
You're halfway across the bridge right
How
now.
much in the air? How high up in the air are we? As opposed to like water. Like, what's the distance from the water?
I would imagine like
The same
I
distance
didn't-
as the length of the bridge.
I didn't. Oh, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're not a mile. You're not a mile in the air. But yeah, I would imagine maybe between 30 and 60 feet.
Okay, that gives us some breathing room. Do we have anticipation time? Does that we will find out, huh?
Well, you just see
Reaction
some.
time?
You just see some. You just see some discoloration down in the water. Just
Chilly.
moving a little bit back and forth. That is.
not
Could
really
be where.
threatening.
Yeah, but then again, could also be something. You never know. But for now, nothing is happening.
It's not doing anything. Okay, very cool. Very
So
cool.
do you continue walking?
Please.
As you're continuing to walk, every
Okay,
once in a while, you look around you because, again, like as you mentioned earlier, you were paranoid, and the little dark spot appears to be following you.
Getting close.
It is keeping a constant
nice.
pace, but the dark
It's
spot is
keeping-
moving alongside you.
Huh. I mean, he's just walking next to me. So, can I wait? Okay, so am I in the middle of the bridge? Am I towards the end? Towards the edge?
You're getting towards the end of it, like you're about a quarter there, like a quarter left of the ride, as it were.
Huh. Okay. Shit. Okay, so then I guess I continue on because if he's chilling, then I'm chilling.
Okay.
Indeed.
I mean, not much I can do
Indeed.
if he's in the water.
Could you just because I don't want to essentially show my hand, could you just roll me a pure d20?
What?
20 roll, go.
How do I do that again?
/ roll 1d20.
Roll 1d20. Enter. Oh shit! What the fuck?
You okay?
Roll. No, I think I mistyped it. What was the
Yeah,
command
/
again, Arsalan?
/ roll 1d20.
Oh,
Or space
no.
1d20.
Oh,
You can also do
space.
/R
Yeah.
/R space d20.
There we go. Oh god.
Shit.
So yeah, you look at it and you could have sworn that you saw it move irregularly.
Oh.
You feel like something you feel like something is up. What do you do?
I
I mean, you're currently walking.
So I can start running?
I mean, if you
what you're
feel
saying?
paranoid about it, you can start running.
If I feel threatened, okay, but he moved irregularly. How did he move irregularly in a threatening manner, or was it just like
Got
a
it.
sudden movement?
But the way
Okay.
like you've walked past this, you've noticed this thing for like 15-20 minutes or something like that,
It's rhythm, so I guess
and
it's rhythm.
it was suddenly
True.
like starting to move in a different way than to what was previously observed. So what up?
Yeah. So what's shit, dude. Yeah, I think I might take 𝓓𝓪𝓷𝓮'𝓼 advice and start sprinting. way towards the
Okay.
bridge. If I'm almost
Deanna's
off
not
it,
even next to you though.
well, too bad. Oh, I heard
He's
your
doing his
voice.
head. Come on, man.
No, that's fine. That's fine. You feel like moving faster, so you start running,
Pick it up.
and the shadow in the water is keeping pace with you.
Okay.
Oh shit, you gotta go faster.
Nah, I mean it's okay. It's
Check
okay. I'm
a little bit
how
of-
far away from my bridge? Oh, what's up? What you
A
gonna say?
little bit of a change of scenery. Let's do it.
Okay.
So we turn the camera over to the others who are already like over on the other side. Sharon has joined them because instead of straining to fly slower, he figured might as well just fly. Like
Fly ahead
along.
fast. Yeah.
Trying to catch up
I mean,
to us.
If something happens, you can always double back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you guys are sitting there at the end, just watching Azrael like walking, and then suddenly, like when he's starting to get closer to the point, you can start making out like small like details and movement in the horizon. You suddenly start seeing it just start gyrating as he starts sprinting, and he is sprinting, and he is sprinting. And when you guys are looking, it's actually when you guys are looking at this, can all of you guys roll me a perception check?
Sure thing.
Another one.
Wait, myself.
Nat
included?
20. I got a 30.
Nice.
No, I cannot roll a perception check today.
Oh, perception?
So,
Sorry, I was distracted.
with your eagle eyes, Sharon,
Mm-hmm.
with your eagle eyes, and you're seeing him running like that, you recognize the dark spot as he's like that is beside,
Mm-hmm.
and you put two and two together to figure out that he's running from his own shadow.
knew it. I knew it. Oh, see, it was a shadow. I knew
Oh,
it.
okay,
God.
thank God.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Uh,
That's okay.
God damn,
So-
he's a groundhog. He got
Back to
spooked by his own
Azrael.
shadow.
Back to Azrael, still sprinting. Blood Rager, nice constitution.
Wait,
he
wait,
can
Blood
manage it. He
Rage?
can manage.
No.
No, you are a Blood Rager, therefore you have a decent constitution. So running isn't necessarily too much of a problem for you.
Good.
So, but
Good
you still
light,
like
light jog.
you get him warmed up. Maybe get a little bit sweaty, and you start reaching the end of the bridge. What's happening? The shadow still hasn't let up. You can clearly see the faces of your friends, and
Okay,
the
but I
shadow
don't know
has
it's my own
kept
shadow.
pace with you.
Okay. I mean, I guess. I mean, can I act on the knowledge that that Arslan has?
I haven't said it yet.
Yeah, unless
He hasn't said it yet.
unless
You never said anything either. You just ran.
Yeah, no one has said anything. Like Sharon hasn't shared this knowledge yet, so he's the only one who knows that you are currently running for your own shadow.
Sharon keeps quiet, by the way.
Oh, I would stay quiet too. Right now, I just have my hand on my head.
How much longer can I sprint? Like, how far away am I from
So-
the bridge?
Oh, yeah, you can easily get to the bridge, no problem with that. When it comes to the action of running, because we got into the topic, there is like when it comes to movement, you are allowed to take a full round action to run. Running allows you to move 4 times your movement, but you can only do so for a certain amount of time. You can run an equal amount of rounds, equal to your Constitution score, if you have lightweight and wearing no heavier than light armor. If you're wearing actually no, never mind. Some medium armor allows you to run times 4 as well. If you're wearing heavy armor and you are or if you are medium load or light, medium low or heavy, you cannot run more than times 3. But yeah. So, for example, your Constitution is how much is it? 18? Not 17? No, wait, not that high. Your Constitution is 16. That allows you to sprint for 16 turns. So times 4,
Oh,
you have
shit.
a 40. You have a 40 movement speed because you're a blood rager. So 40 times 4 is 40 times 4 is 16. You can run 160 feet in a single round,
Wow.
and that means that you can sprint well over 1,000 feet before you have to stop and catch your breath.
If you need to run for your life, you're the best equipped.
Yeah.
Basically,
I
yeah.
can run pretty goddamn fast. Yeah.
You don't,
Shit.
but then again, just remember you don't have to outrun the enemy. Just outrun your friends.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
You and me will run. We'll outrun everyone.
Oh
You
my
are now
God.
reunited. How do you guys
Oh.
respond to Azray just sprinting at you like full force?
Full tilt.
Not necessarily looking scared, but more like having a inquisitive or cautious look on his face.
The hell were you running?
Oh no, bro.
Aaron just moves to the side in case he crashes into anyone. Just in case.
Realized I was
Why are you running?
muted. This, Azri definitely feels braver when he gets near me.
Just
Is everything all right?
Yeah, I think so. I want to say so. I saw something in the water, but it's okay. I think. I think we're all good.
Are
What
you
did you
sure?
see in the water?
A dark shape, a dark, terrifying, awe-inspiring shape.
it was chiseled like you wouldn't believe.
Considering the fact that you have the vertical sight that most of us don't, you know what he's talking about?
I saw a dark shape. I wasn't able to tell exactly what it was.
All right then,
Just stay on your guard when you go on the bridge.
that's a fair point. But now that we're all here, we should probably make our way inside.
Yeah. Good, happy fun times. Good, happy fun times.
Happy fun time all the
Hey,
way.
honestly, well, like when you asked for a D20, I'm like, okay, he's fucking with him.
No. What that was I was asking for an intelligence roll to see if you could
Okay.
put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
This thing and the thing started to move erratically, starting to get me more paranoid, moving more towards the shadow to get a better look at it, thus moving irregularly
Making it
instead of just glancing over while walking.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I physically move closer. Oh, jeez.
I'm having fun.
DM's having a lot of fun.
Well, that's what's.
So, I'm just gonna apply some shadow to this map. And
They're following you, Azray.
The shadows have encompassed
you.
it.
Oh no. Yeah, don't mind me. As I mentioned, there is it is light, light from above, from the outside world is shining down upon this place. It is just yeah, we guys are walking inside, it's still light, but it's not entirely light either. It's a little dimish, but not quite dim. Let's bring you guys over. We'll just keep a conversation.
Yeah.
Here is where you guys find yourselves.
Ooh.
You are going through the
Oh,
gates.
this map is big.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
This map
I'm
is
just
big.
looking at the scale of it now. Holy.
Yeah, that's big.
Actually, I
I
suppose I
remember
did
how-
say
We
I
can't
didn't say
move
it
the
was
flag.
light. Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, right. Sorry. Controlled by all players. There we go.
Okay.
I did
Oh,
say it
God.
was light,
Hmm?
so you guys can see.
What happened?
Jane just saw the map.
Well, no, it's not just that.
Oh.
Guys,
Mm-hmm.
But
the cube.
The cube.
The cube.
I mean, all I see is
Oh.
something phallic, honestly, but
See too.
Yeah, shaped like a dick, bro. Yeah, or like a sword if you like.
Sword
Fancy.
too, technically.
Oh, I saw a hammer.
Then you guys see these
Central
spire in the
spire.
middle because yeah,
Yes, I can see Central Spire.
I was
the
gonna
spire
say, what does
goes.
it have BD?
Eh. But yeah, the spire goes, as I mentioned earlier, the top of the spire appears to, it might be touching like
The
the
ceiling.
roof of the cave, which is like a mile straight up. Or
Mm.
maybe not a mile, but it's a long way up, and this thing is touching the roof. So,
God, this place is huge.
over here, Charon remembers that over here is the entrance
Guards.
to a little guardy hut thingy.
Yeah.
Ah,
And
so it's not going there.
Whoa.
looking
Or not
forwards,
touching.
you don't necessarily see any activity right now. Sharon could have sworn that he saw some
Yeah.
earlier when he were here, but you never know.
No, it's quiet for now, at least.
Detect evil?
You just want to keep that up at all times.
Until combat happens, yeah.
until combat, until we find the evil.
Until we find it and vanquish it.
So,
Bro, that was ominous.
I'm just gonna roll something else. That was a rather fine roll that I did there. Oh my god.
Oh.
I feel really
Oh,
to
no.
check this as well. So yeah, you guys see nothing.
Okay.
I rolled collectively like just some die for perception for you guys.
Mhm.
And yeah, like I rolled shit. Like the
It's all
highest
good.
roll was a 6 between all of you. 1,
Yeah,
2,
it's
3,
6.
3, 6.
That would have been 16 for me, but yeah, I get you.
Yeah, not quite enough.
Yeah, it's all good. We could check out the garden if we want to get more of those rune-sus badges, though. There were 2 more left in there before I bolted.
You're spending 1 minute on the tech magic Kage.
That's not what I meant.
Just double checking because
You meant detect
that's a-
evil.
Yeah, the tech magic is a finite resource for you, so just double
Yes.
checking.
Technically, detect magic isn't up yet. Detect magic only comes up at night.
I think I still have mine from that rest. Or did we only do a half rest last time?
We had a
Oh,
lot.
you
We had a
have
full rest.
it's a cantrip for you. You can always cast that thing. You can
Oh.
literally cast it infinite amounts of times. You can style with detect magic on Kage.
The hell, I didn't
You
know. I
thought
thought I
you
only
could
had it
detect
once a day. I
magic.
should be using it
No
on
one
everything.
does it
Yo,
better
give me
than
your
me.
wand. Let me use detect magic.
No, I have a background trait that let me take a spell that I can use once per day.
Oh.
It's
Mhm.
Where do you guys want to go? Just as a general rule of thumb,
Mhm.
each one like these things are buildings,
Yeah.
and each of those lines in between those buildings have a very like tight space you might be able to squeeze through.
Okay.
More obvious lines like this over here and this over here are actual lines you can walk through.
AKA the
I have another
alleyways. Got it.
example. Yeah, like over here, like you can go
Okay.
in between a bit better. You can more easily walk through here, but like in between here, like some of those lines are very tight. You might be able to squeeze your way through, like vertically, but yeah. Just
So
to
we
keep
can walk
that.
through here, but not here.
Hmm.
Oh, like that thicker line here, you can walk through there because there's something back here as well. But
Oh,
like
okay,
this
so it's
thin
like here.
line,
Yeah.
yeah, each of the thin
Okay.
lines are like very narrow, and some
Oh.
of them you might be able to squeeze your way through. I'm gonna take that down to a percentage roll when you guys want to try it.
Mhm.
What's this long one? Just the wall.
Um,
Oh, okay. That's the wall.
It's all good.
No. The that one is
a path.
just a big. That's a big walkway. I fucked up a bit when making this.
Oh,
And
no.
So No, as in like, I fucked up a bit in making it to the point where some of the lines are a bit strange. For example, if I just take this over to the edge, you'll see that technically that line like covers another exit. An exit
Mm,
technically isn't there, but just treat this as a bigger
walkthrough.
pathway.
gotcha.
That works.
Okay.
But yeah,
Mm.
this town is currently dead. It is like there looks to be no activity whatsoever. Sharon could have sworn that he saw something like up here.
Yeah, I saw
Distance.
activity.
Yeah. Oh, I almost revealed that what I was going to do. Measure. Let's see, how far?
Yeah. I would suggest we get the other runes first before we go any further in case
Yeah,
there's
I
other
agree.
gateways. Though if we do, I'm just gonna warn you. I'm
You're gonna
50% sure that armor came alive after I took one. I'm 50% sure.
And how you want to
Maybe
take
I
it
should
out?
wait at the door to make sure that it stays open.
Good. Henry, want to go in and grab the badges?
I know I'm not fast.
Aren't I the
I
fastest?
can probably get in
around?
there and get out.
Okay.
Alright. It's past the blind spot. You'll see when you walk further in, but just stay on your guard.
Okay. So you guys want to move to
The
you guys wanna
guardhouse.
move into the guardhouse. Okay. So you go to the door. It is currently closed.
𝓮𝓼's gonna try and listen through the door.
Dead silent.
Oh, no perception roll needed. Okay.
Yeah, it is just dead silent. There's no.
Yeah, he'll test the door.
So the door opens about like a quarter of an inch before it meets physical resistance on the other side of the door.
Physical resistance, you say?
Is there a crack I can see? Is there a crack in the door I can see, or is like someone's holding the door back?
It's like what's a good way to explain it? Sometimes when a door is deadlocked or deadbolted or something like that.
Yeah.
It feels kind of like that, but when like the bolting holes are a bit loose, like you can sort of push it a little bit in. That's sort of what it feels like. Not entirely sure if it's that or if someone pushed something ahead of the door. Something is blocking the door from opening up. It's not as tight as if it was locked, but yeah, it's definitely obstructed.
That
Right.
was easy to open last time I was here.
So they upgraded security.
𝓮𝓼 will back outside before he says, "Oh, what do we do? It's locked."
You can try shoving it open, maybe.
Flashback
Is
to
it
the
locked or barred?
Imperial.
Because you opened it a little bit, right?
Yeah,
Flashback to the
that gave me a flashback. Yeah.
flashback to the Imperial Treasury when the general had to kick open a door and essentially
A scythe knocked him
hurt his
out.
foot. No, hurt
Yeah.
his foot, like the one you were trying to kick open, and you rolled so horribly bad. I gave you I gave you damage to your foot.
Yeah, I remember.
The room with the cockroaches, the
Mhm.
right door. You tried kicking it open. You rolled an actual 1 on strength.
You know what? 𝓮𝓼 will grab the door handle, brace
Wait.
himself.
My ghost is incorporeal. He can just phase through the door, see what's up, and then we don't have to brace for anything.
True.
True.
Good thinking.
I was
Go
sitting here
for
thinking,
it.
wait a
Now-
minute.
Go for it.
I used to be able to think of this stuff. Okay, so yeah,
You
that's
still
what I'm
thinking
gonna do.
this stuff.
Now, remember, when it comes to your phantom, if I remember correctly, you can't like directly converse with the phantom.
It's
You can sort of
only
feel-
emotions.
You can sort of feel how it feels, but let's see here. You can, as a standard action, share the senses of the manifested phantom with hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, and feeling everything that the Phantom does. This lasts for a number of rounds per day equal to your level. Doesn't need to be used consecutively. There is no
Like-
maximum range to this, but the Phantom
Hmm.
and Phantom Spiritualist must be on the same plane. It can be ended with a free action. This is a second level Spiritualist ability. So you can get the Phantom on the other side, and then bond
Share
sense,
senses.
like for 6 seconds at a time, up to 12 seconds.
Okay. Okay. I'm still wrapping my head around the player level thing, but I get it. I understand. It can only last as long as my player level. All right.
2 rounds.
Yeah.
2 rounds per day. You can use it in one round increments, so like use it 1 round at a time.
Okay.
Which
So,
around and anything is 6 seconds. So
So essentially, you
Yeah.
got 12 seconds worth of using this.
And
Now I'm trying to figure
well,
out if we really want to use it on the first door we come across or a bigger one.
we
But, alright.
do.
Let's go. Let's do it. Here, let's do it.
Okay. So, you order your Phantom to go in and just phase through. Do you phase it through the wall or the door itself?
Through the door itself.
Okay. So it goes through, and it goes up on the other side. It doesn't feel like danger. Do you still want to essentially bond senses with it and have a look around the room?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you the description as actually give me a perception check from your Phantom, because you're not controlling the Phantom. You're just seeing what it sees.
No.
Oh,
Oh my
It's
god.
so dark.
Okay.
You can't see anything. The first time I used the spell, it's just completely black.
So we're using that as a we are using that as a like go-to for like what it focuses on. Now
Okay.
let's do a perception check from you to see what you perceive through its vision. Basically, like this is like looking through a camera that someone else is controlling.
Oh.
Mm.
Okay, so it goes into the room, does like a quick sweep around. You don't necessarily see any of the details. You see a desk. You see maybe like some hilt or some weapons in the corner of the room. And then you look towards the door, and you just notice like across the like pathway where the door is supposed to open up, there is a like big heavy mess of like armor or golem-esque thing, like somewhat of a construct is laying there, blocking the
Laying
entrance.
by the door or laying in the middle of the room?
It looks kind of collapsed.
Looks collapsed. Alright, then I share this
Yeah.
information with the rest of the party. I say, hey guys, there's this giant set of armor that looks like it belongs to a golem in there, just down on the ground. I don't know if it's
Oh,
alive, I don't know if it's sleeping.
It's a giant set of armor. It looks like it might be a golem, for example.
Oh,
Like it looks like it might be an animated construct.
okay.
Probably
Then
is
I mean, it
wise.
might be the animated construct that Sharon told you about. You don't necessarily know about constructs yourself, but you heard what Sharon was mentioning, and this sounds like it.
okay.
Probably not wise to go busting through it then.
Probably.
Maybe, maybe not. I'm just mentioning. If things
Oh,
go
wait,
wrong,
also
Breaking
my
door
ghost is coming
equals.
back during this time.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just mentioning because if things go wrong, we have to escape this place one by one.
Yeah.
Now that it's more light, I suppose you still could have seen this, like you don't have recon because you got dark vision. But now that it's light, you guys are looking around, and like you see writing every once in a while, and it looks like weird runish things. Like it's hard to tell.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like you have never seen anything like it before. It's a form of language that you do not recognize.
Hmm.
We want to risk it.
I think we
it's
should
That's
just.
That comment
Yeah.
was just like on the world on its like your
Mm-hmm.
surroundings, like just walking in.
Okay.
I think it's worth it because if we need to run, we'll be able to run.
And we'll have to waste like 3 hours going one by one, getting people out of here.
Yeah,
Exactly. So
one of us
Deanna will
will die
resume.
during that time.
Deanna will resume bracing, and he's gonna try and force his way through the door.
As Karen will help him if he can.
Okay,
Then-
who's rolling aid and who's rolling strength?
I'll roll aid.
Strength.
Oh, can I roll an aid as well?
Oh yeah, sure. Anyone who wants to aid, just type aid and roll a.
Alright.
Just roll me a strength check. Okay, +2.
Wait, how do I roll strength?
Oh god, we're all doing
core.
the Red
Oh,
Trinity.
wow, that was shit.
-2.
We're all
so
doing
that's a
the-
neutral.
Plus
We're all-
2.
In terms of Kingdom Hearts,
Record
we're all
plus
doing the fucking.
Hey, Kage, we tied. We matched.
We are all doing the Red Trinity.
Oh,
we're
actually, the
just
same
strong.
strength mod, Kage. I just realized.
Yeah. To be fair, it would
No,
have
I
been
did
a
it wrong.
17.
No, Miguel, just go to your character sheet, go in the core section, and click the button next to strength.
I thought there was like a
Click the
hot command
button
for
next
it.
to strength.
It's neutral.
Yeah.
11-5, 11-5. Are you kidding?
17.
Wow.
Oh, sound
Wait,
Phantom
the
help,
Phan-
please.
Wait, did the Phantom just become corporeal?
Apparently.
Can I make him corporeal in a
Phantom was-
minute? Incorporeal.
I
He was
think-
incorporeal.
I think this is going to be like a little bit of a too many cooks spoiled the broth
Yeah.
situation.
It was
Um,
that.
We're all
So I'm
just
just gonna-
throwing
I'm
ourselves
just gonna
against
We're all
chalk
the
just
it
wall.
up. I'm
squeezing
gonna
Deanna
chalk
out
it
the
up
door.
to just a neutral, like
Okay.
pure, just a pure strength on his behalf.
I'm just imagining Deanna's at the door and we're all trying to help her, just crushing him against the door, just try to get her open.
Apparently.
Just press yourself against it.
You guys are literally free
Okay.
stooging it.
Okay, so that's 18, and with every
tried
8
to
is a
force-
+2, right?
Every fails
Yeah, but
minus
every
2.
fail is a -2, so it's a
It's neutral.
But
Yeah, it's a
It's
solid
be
neutral
balanced out.
18.
what?
Yeah. So you shoulder up against this door with an 18. Doesn't budge. It doesn't. You don't. It doesn't appear to be like any bigger. It doesn't appear to be any bigger gap than what it was before. Also, just as an example of the text around you guys, it looks
Mhm.
kind of like this. Just.
Oh, in
personal
Discord?
choice of picking out.
Okay.
Yeah, Discord.
Uh,
In general.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Is that language you know, Deanna?
Like I said, like this is unknown to all of you.
Oh.
Mhm.
Okay.
Like this is none of you guys can read this.
I forget. You have linguistics, can you try to figure it out, or?
Yeah, like this is something you can do. Like with linguistics, you can try to figure out like what it might be, or like
Okay.
There might be a knowledge check out there that allows you to identify it. But yeah. But enough about that. Back to the door. So yeah, you shoulder this door, like you try to force it open. You don't hurt yourself like trying to do it, but like upon shouldering it against the door, yeah, it doesn't look like you made it. You didn't. It didn't feel like you made it push like any further.
Question: is this a wooden door, or? By the way.
Get off me. Get off me, please.
It appears the door appears to be of a fine wooden construction. At least on like sight.
Yeah.
And Vivian, you do not detect any evil nearby you.
Okay.
I can breathe again. Oh. Okay. Okay. I don't need everyone trying to help me at once.
I reach out my arm and try to help you.
I'm scared.
No,
to
no, that
forget.
I think would be better is we leverage a proper break of the door.
Yeah.
Use
Does
my
Okay.
hammer.
anyone have a crowbar?
I was about to ask that.
Oh,
know
let
I
me
can.
check. Actually, maybe.
Well, we can't hammer the door down. My
You
hammer.
could, but that would
try.
also take too much time, especially if we're
okay.
literally trying to break the door down.
True.
I do not. I have my Earthbreaker, but that's about it.
𝓓𝓪𝓷 also does not have
Crossbow.
a crowbar.
I'm gonna spend a minute changing my phantom into corporeal for a fight that's gonna be coming up.
Six,
Smart.
6 seconds. It's just a full round action.
Okay.
Mhm.
I have oil if you want to burn down the door, but yeah, I don't got any crowbars.
Wait, hold on. Actually, question.
Yeah.
And he's gonna look over at Ulan. When
Yes.
your creature becomes incorporeal, does it everything it touch become incorporeal with it?
I've
Wait, what
never
now?
tested that. You
Also,
want me to
what?
try to see if I can make the door incorporeal so we can just walk through?
No.
I think he means have the Phantom go and grab the badges, go incorporeal, and leave.
He would
Yes.
have to go in incorporeal, turn
Corporeal,
corporeal, pick up the
then-
badges, turn incorporeal, and hope they don't fall through his hand.
Or better
And
yet,
if he,
why doesn't he
or
just
better
turn?
yet,
Why doesn't he just turn corporeal and unbar the door from that side?
no,
I'm just gonna mention this like straight up in
Mhm.
front because this is something. If I'm reading this question right, this is something that you would know, Ulan. When it comes to like, you could give like items to your phantom and have it like remain on its person, not fall off it when it turns incorporeal. But it involves more or less binding the object to their personage. So, for example, if you wanted it to have a sword or have like or have armor, you could put it on it. But
here I am thinking all he can do is slam and just punch people around. Yeah, next time we're in town, I'm gonna buy some armor for my guy.
Also, Dane, just for your plan, by the way, it's
until
not.
further notice, like you're gonna have to buy like items to it.
It's like a full-on golem of armor, Dane, that's blocking the door.
Oh, the golem's blocking the door?
Yes,
The
he said the
golem's on
golem's
the door.
lying in the way. The golem is the one blocking the door. It's not Iron Bar, it's the golem
Oh,
itself.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we knew that, and we still tried to bust the door down.
We tried pushing it because we thought maybe we could budget, but
Okay, then, yeah, definitely.
There, definitely. I'm sorry.
Definitely a better idea for the badge idea. Wait, hold
Well,
on.
here's
Actually,
another bad idea that might work for us getting the badge. To get the golem off the door, my phantom can go through. You slam, wake him up, back up, and the door should be unblocked. But
well, hold
if it
on.
wakes
and
up.
we'll all technically be
Before
right
we
behind
attack
him.
Before we attack that, Dino's just gonna check one last thing.
Oh, be my guest.
He's
Sorry,
going
how big is the opening?
not big enough for anyone, not even you,
Okay.
Vivi. However, 𝓓𝓪𝓷 is going to take out the badge, and he's gonna go down to the ground. He's gonna try and see how high up the bottom of the door is. Because for a door like this, it does need to swing open, so might as well see how high up the how.
Is
Just
he
try
using
to
the
see how
badge
big
for
the
that?
gap is. He's trying to see if the badge
Do you
could
look-
fit underneath.
So you know how our doors are constructed, like when
Yeah.
it's, for example, if it's a door that swings like inwards or something like that.
Yeah.
And it sort of has like a bevel up top, and like maybe some gashing or whatever to make sure that it sort of is like water and airtight, like around the edges or something like that. Imagine
So
that, but without the rubber. So like when it comes to the door is closed, there is like no clearance whatsoever because this little bevel is in the way. When you're like pushing it open that little 1/4 of an inch, you're looking down. It does have a little clearance above the floor, but not a whole bunch. Like the phantom might be able to like pull papers through there, but the badges would be Like they might
Too
be able
much.
to fit. They might be able to fit underneath the door, but you wouldn't be able to like lurk him out because the sharp turn. It's like a proper metal badge. It's not like a thin leather thingy.
Yeah. Alright. So that's not gonna work either. Xenon will get back up.
Only's our only rune. So what now?
Well, we could try to actively break the door, but then now. But, and he's gonna look over to Charon. It turns out that creature is a golem,
Mm-hmm.
and we might lose one of our only ways to kind of slow it down in the first place.
We can take it.
You think we can take a golem inside of a city that yesterday was bustling? So chances are there are probably guards hiding somewhere. Barracks might be.
We'll take care of them too.
Tiara's gonna slowly facepalm.
Rambo.
Charon?
Look, I've done a lot worse. Okay?
I'm just saying. This is for insurance. If things go wrong, we have a way out of here. As it stands, if things go wrong, 2 of us die.
No. If things go
Realistically.
wrong, I'm gonna be standing in the back.
Realistically, because you have 1 badge, 1 flyer. At most, to get the most people out of it, it's just you and Vivian. That leaves those 2 stuck.
Just give me a
Find a way.
chance if we're gonna pick this fight. Let me get out my crossbow. Maybe I can have my phantom throw me across.
Alright.
He can swim.
Tiara's gonna
He
take a
can
deep
swim.
breath. Prepare
Wait. If
himself.
we're gonna start, I'm getting my crossbow out. I'm loading it
Oh
up.
yeah, I would like to ready my hammer.
Yeah.
Attack precision.
And
Sword and
I
shield.
got some kunai in my hand.
and with a heavy steel shield in his left hand, he's going to start punching the door to try and break it open.
Oof.
Okay. Roll me an attack against the door.
So just so Ulan and Azra are aware of, there are different ways to try and break the door. What we tried first time was a break check, and we failed. So now we're gonna damage them.
We tried shoving it open, Dane. We didn't try breaking
Yeah,
it.
now we're trying to
I would
damage
say
it so
more
it's
than,
destroyed.
I
more
thought
than
it was a
anything, you were
break.
trying to force it open. When it comes to like destroying an object, there is sunder, and then there is
Break.
sunder, and then there is just straight up attacking it. When you attack an object, then you have to roll a damage against it, and then you have to go against that object's hardness. Hardness is like damage reduction for objects. Let's say a wooden panel having a hardness of 10. If you slash at it, like if you stab it like with a sword, dealing level 11 points of damage, 10 of that damage goes away because of hardness, leaving only 1 point of damage to damage the object. So you have to surpass the hardness to damage the object, and the object has a set amount of hit points as well.
Which thank God, Deanna has power attack. But the damage dice said no.
So you punch against the door, basically the same way that you would in frustration, not intending to hurt it. That's basically what it looks like. You just stand to the door and just anime punch the door and looking downwards, saying, "Damn it!"
Well,
Okay, that didn't work. Try again, and another punch.
actually, use
Yeah,
my
not a
15.
punch.
If we're gonna punch the door, can I just swing my hammer at it?
I mean, you could try.
You're gonna have to duck underneath the
15
attack.
points of 15 points of damage. The door absorbs the entire blow.
Okay, so this is not some ordinary wood door we're dealing with. Fuck.
Alright, let me try swing my hammer. Let's swing my hammer.
Oh, 16.
Yeah, the hardness
Yeah,
absorbs it
that-
all.
Damn.
Yeah.
So the highest that we could do in terms of damage is 16, and both are not doing as much.
Nothing.
Yeah, unfortunately, smiting the door would not be useful here.
We could
Smiting
burn the door
door.
as an
Well,
option.
it's not damage reduction though. It's hardness. You can't smite the door to remove the damage reduction.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I don't know, bro. Smiting things works out pretty well.
Only get one of these a day.
yeah, our last option is burning the door, I guess. Since it's wood.
Is it wood?
It looks to be wood.
It appears. But then again, you guys are also standing like in the middle of a metropolis city that you don't know how old is. You just know that the stone looks old but immaculate.
Hmm.
Well, basically immaculate.
Yeah.
So it's well maintained, well cleaned.
Yeah.
See you guys. Maybe we get lucky in the somewhere else and can find more, but no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is disappointing.
Yara's gonna look at his hand before he soon says, "Or at least I know what I need to start training in now."
I mean, we could
Are
still
you
do
gonna go
that
into the
trick.
hyperbolic time chamber, Dane?
Maybe.
I mean,
Just disappears.
we could still try that idea that I offered before, that my phantom goes in, pisses off the golem so it gets off the door.
I mean,
We're going
you could
into a
try it.
fight either way.
Ooh, yeah.
Or maybe going into a fight either way.
Well, I mean, do we do that? Do we?
You know what? You know another idea could be too, right?
Hmm.
I don't know if it would help with it, but if the Phantom goes in there and just pulls at the armor while we push, wouldn't that give us maybe an edge in trying to actually get through?
We can barely move this door. Anything. You think the phantom can pull the golem up?
I'm just saying, if it's pulling and we're pushing at the same time, maybe
I think
makes it
that will
easier.
depend on how heavy the thing is.
Yeah, it's definitely heavy.
And plus, also, wouldn't someone pulling you wake you up too? Or you think he's gonna stay asleep?
I don't know, man. The thing stayed asleep
We
until
can
I left the
try it.
room. It
We can
only
try
woke
it.
up when I
Either
left the
way-
room, so
Either way, this either works, he wakes up, or it doesn't. Two of those options get him off the door.
okay. As for now, Karen's just gonna keep guard while I figure out what we're gonna do in this thing.
I got my crossbow out. I got my knife. I'm ready for a fight. I'm gonna die, but I'm ready for a fight. I know. I'm the last one over that bridge.
Oh my god.
So what do you guys want to do? Move on or try again?
I don't know. I mean,
If it hasn't woken up with all that we're doing on the door, maybe my phantom could pull him up.
essentially.
You guys want to try
let's
it?
do it.
Okay,
I
do it. Why
think
not?
can give it a shot at least and see.
Roll the dice.
All right.
Okay. So you send your phantom back in with instruction to start pulling on the golem as soon as you make it. As soon as you focus to make it ectoplasmic. Is that it?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, he's gonna try to go in.
As
That
we all push, he's gonna pull.
Yeah.
On his own.
So here is what happens. We're gonna do it compartmentally.
Okay.
So you send the phantom in.
Right.
You wait a second before you start concentrating to make it incorporeal. A little time passes. You feel as if you feel as if the phantom is slightly panicking. Then everyone hears a crash and you lose the connection to your phantom.
I didn't know I could lose the connection.
When the Phantom dies, it is banished to the ethereal
What?
realm. You
Damn.
cannot summon it back for 24 hours.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh. That's not that bad. Yeah.
Luckily,
Oh.
it's not like the
It's not permadeath.
wizards losing their bonded
Yeah.
options.
Yeah.
It's not like the wizards losing their permanent like the bonded items or summoners with Eidolons.
Familiars,
Where
yeah.
if their Eidolon die, they're gonna have to like pay like material costs for the ritual to summon them back.
Oh, the
You
mountain,
just,
yeah.
like,
I know
you just
companions.
do a
I don't want to
ritual
talk about
like,
my
make it-
paladin mount
Yeah.
and how many times
just-
I've gotten it killed.
Oh.
Well,
Um,
something
yeah.
moved in there.
So he'll just find his way back to me in a day.
You just like the door is like still slightly ajar from your last attempt to push it open, and you just
Mhm.
sort of hear a wet splat, like you hear movement and then a wet splat.
Wet splat.
Ectoplasmic.
I try and push open the door.
Still won't budge.
Still won't budge? Oh my god.
One of you guys owe me a drink after this.
uh,
Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
yeah,
Also,
we ran out of options.
To comment on the whole like Phantom in armor thing, the Phantom itself, from what I can see, doesn't have any proficiencies, but that is what feats are for.
Mhm.
I gave it a feat I think might be interesting, but if you want to, you can. Like I already told you, like you can change it. It's your first character, so and you didn't necessarily make the entirety of it.
What
Like,
was
it
the
was
feat that you
one-sided
gave it?
Let's see here. I gave
I'm
it
trying to look.
combat reflexes, allowing it to do multiple attacks opportunity in a single round.
Oh, okay.
So you could change that to, let's say, you can change
Lighter
that
proficiency.
to armor proficiency light, or you can change it to a simple or one simple or one martial weapon proficiency.
No, I'll keep the attack of opportunity one. I don't like changing a character halfway through a game. But can I equip weapons on him?
Well, you can, but that's the proficiencies thing.
That's
He
proficiency.
doesn't have any proficiencies, so he can use them, but he's going to use them at a -4.
When your levels up, you can get proficiency, right? I think level 3? Or what level is he? Level 1, 2?
Actually, I haven't given him any
is-
XP. I've only given myself XP.
Yeah,
He
he
level-
levels
he
up
level-
with you.
With
levels
you.
up with
Yeah,
you.
he goes with you.
Yeah. I believe
So-
like both you and Azrael are going to level up maybe from this session. We'll see. But yeah.
Yeah, so I'll leave the Phantom alone for now.
The Phantom gets a second feat at level 3, gets a third feat at level 6, a fourth feat at level 9.
Okay, every 3. All right.
But yeah,
Yep.
I mean, I already told you, like you did not build this Phantom. You not made the character sheet for it.
Yeah.
If you want to, like, if you don't like the skill allocation to it, or you don't like if you'd rather have something else on the common reflexes thing, like if you want to have it, give it armor, and then third level give it a weapon, you can change that.
I like where he
Just-
is now because I'm kind of learning, figuring everything out. And I did want to ask you guys like a game question at the end of this session.
Mhm.
So I'll save that for then. But let's keep going with the game right now. My Phantom's
Okay.
dead. He's gonna be coming
Well,
back in a day.
banished. It's
He's-
not dead. It's
he's
banished.
banished.
He was already dead to begin with.
It's-
Yeah,
yeah.
he found me after 1,000 years. He'll find me again after another day.
He knows the way. He just
He
needs to
knows the way.
get to the just need to get to that camp on the highway.
This is the way.
He's like, this idiot is getting me killed again. God damn it.
Second time.
Sorry, I'm looking at the Phantom's page. Or the
Yeah.
Phantom's list, and it's like at 9th level, 24 skills.
Bashed
And then
out.
it's crashed out and says 14.
What? What's crashed out?
Yeah.
It's like crossed over. The source
Yeah.
material says 24, but it is the editor's opinion that it's likely an error and should be 14, not 24.
Oh wait, so at
So it
level
was-
14 he just leaves me?
No.
No.
skill.
There was
He resurrects.
There was an error in print.
Yes.
There was an error in print at like 9th level, like 8th level 12 skill points, 9th level 24 skill points, 10th level 16 skill points. So like
Oh.
apparently between 9th and 10th level, you lose you lose skill points instead of gaining them.
Oh.
Like you lose 8 skill points, but no, like most likely that is just
Yeah,
like
typo.
the 24 like down to 14. That was just like a print error.
It was
Typo as it
just
were.
funny as fuck.
You found them every so often in game manuals and such because nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
So
Song begins to play.
I was
Yeah, I don't want to delete. Oh, sorry, go.
I was gonna say, in my D&D 5th edition book, discs are listed under simple weapons.
Come again?
In my 5th edition book, because I got one of the original one, like right when it came out. It puts unarmed strike under simple weapons
Ah.
on the weapon table.
yeah.
This has since been fixed.
Anyways,
I recall reading that as well, actually, yeah.
anyways,
But yeah, you guys are standing in front of a closed door. Where do you guys want to go?
we're
It is
pretty
still
sure we're
silent.
seeing ectoplasm leak out from underneath the door.
No, there's the bevel I was talking about.
True. Okay.
It's watertight.
Mundane.
Anyways,
Yeah. Simple weapon, unarmed attacks, gauntlet, unarmed strike. Table 6-4 in weapons in my Pathfinder guide.
so we're not
That's
getting in
fun.
there.
Nope.
Nope, not unless someone can make one of us smaller. Nope.
Well, I guess there is nothing to do, he says as he turns away from the massive metropolis behind him.
Yeah, let's go back home, guys.
We didn't just spend 3 hours getting over here.
we didn't spend 3 hours to get over here just to give up. We have
We're
a
not
woman
giving
to
up.
find.
I'm gonna fly over there. Some of you are gonna walk. Easy. We're just tactically retreating to get a crowbar.
I
Actually,
think we should go this way.
𝓮𝓵𝓷 has an idea. Considering the layout of the city, he would like to try and knowledge local to see where the prison might be.
Well, you say because of the layout of the city. You have not necessarily seen the city. So you can always try.
Aaron, I think he's the only one who's seen most of it, honestly.
I wouldn't say you have seen it. You have seen like a little bit.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying,
little
like,
bit over the
seen
wall.
more than others just because of his, that part.
Like these walls here are just absolutely massive. They are towering over the buildings below. But yeah, you can always try. You can't guarantee that you will understand it because of the ancient architecture and how things may have like gone over the years.
Huh. So I guess there's another thought too, now I think about it. There could be other
could
guard
be.
posts that may have more badges.
To mention a thing from earlier, when it comes to your newly found linguistics check, there is a thing you can do with it. You can try a linguistics dice challenge to translate a phrase from an unknown a language you're unfamiliar with. There are base DCs for simple, standard, and high, intricate, or exotic like writing. Like translating, for example, if you didn't know Orc, as a pure example. If you didn't know Orc and you were trying to read an Orc message that were like 3 sentences, for like 3 words long or something like that, there would be a base check of DC 20. That is like unmodified by check modifiers and stuff like that.
I see.
Yeah, and then it goes up. Then it goes up from there.
I'll give it a try. I'll give it a shot. 𝓮𝓵𝓷 will.
So you're just gonna try to read something random on the wall?
At this point, might as well. He's gonna look at the writing that someone else pointed out, and he's gonna try and decipher.
So they're writing the voice in his head pointed out because none of us did.
Yes. Well, I'm rolling linguistics because I'm being told to. Dirty 20.
That's a dirty 20. So if this was the aforementioned orc message, you might like transcribe it to be like in Norse orc, just write down like "eat a dick," for example.
Oh, wait, I can understand. I
but-
can actually understand orc, anyways.
Yeah, that was just a random example.
Okay.
This you can't understand it, but I'm willing to give you that you sort of recognize like something about it. You recall some of the symbols, don't know what their meaning are, but you recall them from being from an old book you perused back at base camp, or back at HQ, like way back, and you recall it being listed among like dead languages, like extinct languages, like ancient forgotten languages. So, like, if you can manage to like get a hold of a book of dead languages, you might be able to like read up on it and like try like start the process of learning how to read and like speak it. Might be able to do that. The book might be hard to come by,
Oh, definitely.
but you never know.
Definitely
You do know it to be like. You do recall it from being like these things that languages we're talking about here. This is from before Starfall. Or Earthfall. This is before the Age of Darkness. This is before the Starstones fell. The
So,
language, that is.
there's a problem here, guys.
Ribbit?
Yeah.
I just love the idea. I can't get this out of my head. I can't get it out of my head. Like every time that happens, like someone says something and Vivian just goes ribbit. Like, oh, we have a problem. Well, just ribbit. Just rip the problem. Rip it to pieces.
Okay, so chances are this is a city of an extinct race,
Well, extinct culture.
extinct culture.
Yeah, I don't know about extinct race. I saw
Yeah.
people here earlier.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This language is no longer spoken in current day era. Current day era. In the current era.
What era is it again?
It is currently, I believe, I have that on the main map. It is currently, never mind, like 4117 or something like that. I know it's Erastus the 22nd though. Let me see here. I believe I had it on one of these. 3 souls. No, that was not it. 4715. No, wait. 4712. That was it.
Okay, gotcha.
It is 4712 AR.
After age, got it.
So it's a leap year.
Might be. Might be.
So
According to Pathfinder Wiki, it's a leap year added to the end of our Erodus.
Erodus. I would imagine it would be Cal something. But yeah. Basically, when the Starstones fell, it was minus 5293 AR. So we're talking about like potentially 10,000-year-old civilization here.
1,000-year-old, and
The
now
10,000 thing. 10,000.
Yeah, that's it. 10,000 years old.
10,000
and-
gears give you such a crick in the neck. You're gonna find Robin Williams in it.
And we have no idea what the hell's going on here. A woman who's lost down here, hopefully. Deanna's gonna look over to Karen before he soon says, "How high can you go?"
To the ceiling if I wanted. Why?
get up high enough in order to try and see where it's possible a prison might be,
Oh,
or at the very least a holding, or at the very least a containment area.
How does that look different from near the building?
That is an excellent point.
Chances are, if it's to contain things, it won't have that many windows, and it'll probably be more bars if it's a good circumstance.
If
So,
you look around you, Dane, and there is not necessarily a whole lot of windows on any of these houses.
also, I'd like to mention, how is he gonna see that from the air if it's above a mile?
He's got good eyes.
Not that good. Also,
Yeah,
why do you
if
want to
you
find a...
just-
Sorry, God.
If you want to just like fly up, I can at least reveal to you guys the immediate area of what it looks like.
Oh.
Sure, I'll do that, but at least.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna be doing is I have now I've marked a radius on this little flag here that I can
Mhm.
see, and I've told myself I'm gonna show you like just flying straight up and looking around. I'm gonna give you about like 10,000 feet,
Okay.
just to give you a little bit of an idea
Yeah.
of how this city is built.
Hmm. Oh, wow.
Dear God, it just all became.
Dear
of course,
God.
You obviously have the giant fuck off spire in the center.
I'm gonna say this now, after coming back from seeing that. There's no way I'm differentiating any building over here besides the spire. That's the only thing that really stands out so far.
Well, shit.
The spire?
Actually, if I did
I
get that
mean-
high, so I would see this other gate then?
Some of these gates are real, some of them are not.
Okay.
For example, you do know there's an like you did like when you were flying about a bit, you did see sort of like a pathway to the on the eastern side.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just go through and just mark off black those that are not actual gates.
Okay.
I made this with a town creator.
Ah, okay. That's pretty
And,
good, creator.
Yeah, I'm gonna link it in. I can link it later if you want to.
Yeah, sure, that'd be
It's a
good.
nice one.
I'd love it. Anyways, this is a big fuck off town.
But yeah, if we're trying to find this one building like that, it's gonna take us months to go through this place.
Fair enough. I guess
The main thing of interest though is that spire from what I can see. We could also try to see if we find another gate, perhaps. If there even is another one, this may be the only one for another guard post, but yeah.
I think it'll mostly be wiser to head towards the central spire at this point. Because if the lady did fall down here, didn't get caught,
Well,
possibly saw this,
if she didn't get caught, she'd have to pilot a boat through those waters all the way to here. Or scale cliffs. So,
certainly
if she's here, she got caught, is my thinking.
she got caught, chances are she would have been holed at a cell, or maybe the spire is as close as we can get to a cell.
Maybe just be prepared. It's a very, very long walk, and there are a lot of alleyways here. And buildings.
And I mean, the first door we came across had a golem in it. So
Yeah. So be on your guard, because I have a feeling this won't be the easiest trek.
I'm on my guard. Beer.
I still have my crossbow out. I never put it away. But my phantom's freaking gone.
Leo's gonna crack his hand-wrapped knuckles a moment before he soon says, always ready to go. Let's get moving.
Alright.
And we're gonna go and approach the central spire.
Okay.
Taking the central
Little by
path.
little.
So, You're gonna go up the middle then.
Yeah.
So, you're having a bit of a leisurely stroll down Main Street, as it were. Central Spire Highway, you might call it. And yeah, like, it's gonna be a bit of a hike. I need to actually look up. So, okay, so 1 mile is about 5,000 feet. So you could traverse the whole town like before it gets night. It would take you, I suppose walking. It technically would take you 20 minutes to walk like 5,000 miles, 5,000 feet. So going to there would take you 2 hours.
Actually,
Like going to there would take you 2 hours. Well, not 2 hours. 40 minutes.
actually, what is the surrounding area now?
Well, let's take it off a bit. Like take it back a bit to like here-ish. How would all of you like to roll me like a couple of perceptions each? Like, let's just start with 1.
Perceptions. 9.
Yeah.
Damn, I rolled a hard 3 on that.
13. Oh.
Azra's our day guard, apparently.
Eesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not day-guardish enough to notice anything out of the ordinary.
Sounds
So
about
there's
right.
something lurking.
Don't you guys want to bet that the moment we finally get into the center of town, we're going to be assailed upon by an entire horde of Lustfawn?
Yeah, you hear that chuckle, bro? Yeah, that was sinister.
That's when we push you forward as translator.
Yeah, you guys get a bit more forward, and you get about to here-ish. It's like 10-20 minutes have passed. Roll me another perception check.
Dirty 20.
An actual 20.
And one last one from Ulan.
Our boy Ools.
Wait, it's
Another perception check.
I know. I was just
Wow.
waiting. I didn't want it to be low because I was afraid it was gonna be low.
So while you turn the corner, and the rest of you can see like what looks like a big ass like marketplace-ish thing, like open up. Vivian
so
and
it's-
𝓮𝓵𝓷 notices something in the corner of their eye. They look over to one of the alleys, and they see like something the size of a soccer ball, like just dart off, like just dart away into the shadows.
Well, that's lovely.
Ambush.
Rivet.
We're being observed.
I assume I'm detecting no evil.
At the moment, you're taking no evil, yeah.
Observed by less spawns, golems, what?
Actually, I suppose. What's the range to detect evil?
I think 60?
I think it was 60 feet cone.
So as long as we need it to be.
60 feet cone. Also, let me just double check a little thing that was here. Okay, so you detect, like from the little football, little soccer ball, you detect a faint evil aura as it darts away.
Well, I would, sorry. I would, mention that it was evil. It was smaller than me. Rivet.
A little smaller
Then
than
I'm
me.
getting a phone call. I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
That's fine.
We forgive you sins. Huh.
It has not engaged though, so there's that.
But it's evil.
It
Yeah,
was
it's
evil.
sinister.
It's not there anymore. It's not.
He ain't-
It's
Yeah, it's already,
yeah.
it already ran
He could
away,
be out of range.
but 𝓲𝓪𝓷 will repeat what he said prior and say, makes sense, we are being observed. And it doesn't matter if it's less spawn golems. At this point, I'm pretty sure we're being observed by demons who have currently inhabited this area.
Oh,
Dun, dun, dun.
We should at the very least keep moving and keep ourselves on guard.
True.
Okay. So you keep on moving, and you do start hearing. You actually start hearing bells. You start like hearing from like very accurate, like synchronized bells from strategic points around the city just start ringing as you start approaching the square. And as you do, you start seeing beings going out of their houses, like outside of the houses, and start like filling the streets, the squares.
Oh.
They look like people, but something feels off. You are currently like not anywhere near any of these. You're like gotten like there-ish, middle of the square. You just start like they could look like regular people from a like from any town, but something feels off. You can't quite put a finger on it from a distance.
Seems like a routine, but
Does Detect Evil pick up anything?
You're not standing close. You're not standing close enough to them.
Well, then I'd get closer.
Okay.
So
So
I've
you
got
get
my
closer.
shield in my hand on. I got my shield out in my hand on my hilt.
wait.
You're right.
So you go forwards. You go forwards and Jay, like you go to. Oh, think you go to check out these people, and as you get closer, you definitely notice that something feels wrong about these people. They're walking about. They, as 𝓲𝓪𝓷 was saying, like looks like they're having a routine. Just going about their day, but something about them looks definitely wrong. They don't look. They look alive, but not alive, in a strange way. But when you get close to them, they do not detect as evil. They look sort of crusty, sort of desiccated. It is
Decayed?
weird.
𝓲𝓪𝓷 is. I would like to try and knowledge. I want to try and say knowledge local.
𝓲𝓪𝓷 would like to knowledge.
Knowledge local to see if there are anything close to humans, in a sense.
I would like to put down my pot and squeeze water into it.
Okay. Give me the roll, Dane.
14.
There are definitely like human looks about them. The vast majority of them looks like they could have been. They look like humans, but wrong.
That's so.
So in other words, the more I stare at them, I get the uncanny valley from them, huh?
Kinda. It kind of feels a bit uncanny valley, but then again, it's not quite like perfection. It's not like they don't look like perfect android body, like that sort of thing. Think more like you took a human and put it through a sandblaster a couple of times.
Oh shit!
Like I kind of bleached its skin, like roughed it up a little.
What the fuck?
Free water here. I have free water.
Yeah, they don't acknowledge you.
I'm passing out water.
Honestly,
The nerve of them.
that was one of the
Like,
things
if
I wanted to test.
in one of if one of them appears to be walking through you, they sort of do the necessary motion to not crash into you.
I have to remember I'm lawful good.
Yeah. Yeah, you're lawful good. I'm not.
Just
Um,
curiosity. If I were to
So-
look, would any of them have like a rune or something on them or anything like that?
Ooh, can we pickpocket them?
Can you be more specific? Like, are you thinking like the Lust Spawns had? Are you specifically
Sort of like
thinking
that kind of symbol on them, yeah.
Well, for one, they appear to be clothed.
Mm-hmm.
If some of them has any like sort of writing on them, it looks sort of like the writing that's all over the place.
Hmm.
But there's nothing that would indicate, like, at least not visibly on their personage, like sort of like an ancient or eldritch rune that might be like thralling them or something like that. That doesn't appear to be the case. No.
Okay.
Yenra's gonna swallow
I mean,
some
that's from a
spit.
cursory glance
Mm-hmm.
from just like looking from far away.
If I got closer to the look, potentially.
I mean, you guys have yet to like go within touching range of them. I could say that.
Well, that's why.
As in
that's-
Kage's? Because they almost walked into her but went around her?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not touching range.
Deanna's gonna swallow some spit.
1 meter rule,
and-
day. 1 meter rule, Strife. 1 meter rule.
Oh, okay, that was closer.
As I was saying, Deanna's gonna swallow some spit, and he's going to try and inadvertently get in the way of the people in order to try and bump into someone.
If you are just standing there, like stepping into the way of someone,
Or
They
he's trying to do what a thief would normally do and kind of bump into someone in a way of pickpocketing, but he's not pickpocketing.
yeah, okay. So you're actively
Having a
bumping into
feel.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you do that, and like the normal thing. Actually, first of all, yeah, it's the normal reaction. Normal reaction, like they sort of stumble a bit, catch themselves, and they'll just continue on walking like it was a regular day. The thing that feels weird on your behalf is the fact that you bumped into the shoulder and they are definitely like more solid than a regular human would have been.
Upon that realization, Deanna kind of looks back to the person he bumped into. Then he's gonna look to the party and motion them this way. He's gonna motion them this way.
I grabbed my paw.
Dismiss that. Okay. So you guys continue.
They
You guys
aren't
continue
human.
on. Well, you can almost tell for certain that they look human but wrong.
I know, but Deanna's saying that in character.
Okay.
They may have the look of it, but they definitely aren't human.
So you guys walk forwards. Again, like a little bit of map fuckery here, because the dragging tools of this map is the dragging tools of the like map maker was spherical and radius based and not pinpoint. So
I love spherical.
so that like where like really like this is where the game with this where the thing wanted the entrance to be.
I see.
But I figured
I see the problem
Minus-
here.
might as well have it like the entrance is where the road like intersects with the wall of the central spire.
Okay. So as we are making our way towards there, General will then say,
But yeah, like when you're
Thing?
walking now, like the streets are now populated. There are people like on the streets having up. They have up like they have stalls that are already on the streets, and from their houses they take out like like wooden baskets of stuff, placing them on on these uh, on these like platforms and stuff, and motions to as if to like doing selling of items of various things, speaking in a rather unknown language. It's sort of, but then again, the way they're speaking, it sort of sounds like it's sort of guttural. So almost as if, like, if they had vocal cords, those vocal cords are either damaged or gone, or
their
something has happened to them.
their vocal cords are guitars. Got it.
So, is there anything in the baskets they're selling?
You mean
Oh,
baskets
yeah.
that they're carrying?
Yeah, so in a lot of them, it's either dirt or remnants of dirt. Some of them are empty, but others have solid objects in them that are non-organic in nature, such as you see a weaponsmith standing there and haggling with people with like weapons and stuff like on a table. Like that's one of the guys that were in the main square back here when the guys like went into here. Um, and like he has stuff, and sometimes someone comes over, hands something in his palm, and he gives them like what they want. Other times, like when it comes to these other guys that appear to have in their dirt in their trays, like one person looked particularly like looks a little bit dressed like a baker. Someone comes up to them, like gives them a couple of coins, and motions as to pick up what might be like might
A
be
loaf
some
of bread?
loaves,
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe, but like they're just grabbing at the air and just holding it like tucked underneath the ram, like empty space. But in the like there was nothing in the basket except for like dirt at the bottom.
simulating life here.
Out of curiosity, how do the weapons look?
Yeah, I'm also
The
curious
Old.
about that.
You guys are curious about weapons, and here's the fucking Deanna, the guy who's preferring his fists. Not interested. What the fuck?
The weapons looked very much old. They looked very old. Like these, like in modern day, like well, so modern day, you might have seen these. Like if you've been to one of the big cities to like an archaeological building or something like that, you might have seen some of these like in there. The weapons themselves are in various states of condition. Some of them appear to be some of them appear to be like decent. Some of them appear like kind of rusty, maybe because how they've been stored. It's hard to tell, but they definitely look functional to some degree.
Is there any that appears exceptional?
But
Or is it
maybe
just
not.
like,
Maybe the odd one or two, but other than like
yeah.
look long enough and you'll find masterwork items. Yeah.
Honestly, if we're trying to turn a profit for more things, we should buy these swords.
Hammer.
No.
Do
That's out of character.
I know, that is out of
I am
character.
too lawful good.
And you can pay for it. It's legal.
I know.
But we'll get spotted faster.
Well, if people are replicating life, who knows? Test.
Honestly, you're right. That is a test. We should buy a sword.
Yeah, just see what happens.
Yeah.
So, let's just randomly say you guys had that thought while walking down here,
Mm-hmm.
and you
Yeah.
see a man selling like you see a man selling what appears to be like leatherworking tools and like some small daggers off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys go about doing this? Because he's spouting some nonsense you can't understand.
Let,
Hmm.
let me try.
I was just gonna put up like 2 gold pieces and see what happened.
So who's doing what?
I'm putting up 2 gold pieces and seeing what
I'm
happens.
watching for now while she does so.
Deanna's gonna keep
Okay,
a
so-
careful eye.
So you walk
How-
up to the counter and you
Mhm.
just put 2 gold pieces up on the counter next to a dagger.
Yep.
As you walk up and put that, you notice that the man has like when he sees you approaching, his gaze has affixed upon you, and has done sort of what looks like more or less a friendly looking greeting. Hard to tell, but like doing some gestures, bit stiff, but regardless, like doing some gestures, and
I'd wave, I'd make, all the like pleasantry gestures.
yeah, he's saying some things, but you do not understand him. Like, not at all. Like, not a chance.
Oh, I know.
But yeah. So you're going through the pleasantries with him, as it were. I don't know if you're trying to say anything back to him. If you do, he does look confused if you try to speak to him. When you put the 2 gold up on the table next to the dagger, he squints at the coin and shakes his head. Starts saying something. Like shakes his head and waves his hand like stop. He starts saying something you can't understand, and he reaches underneath the table, pulls out some of the coins you've seen like people giving to people, and they definitely don't look like your coins at all. They have strange markings on them. They are written like different ways, and you can only assume like he's saying like that's not currency
Acceptable
here
currency.
like this. Like you got to pay with this. And he picks up your 2 gold coins and like goes to give them back to you.
Huh.
I just
Wait.
motioned picking up
Yeah,
2
man.
gold coin and took 2 coins and going
Credit,
hand forward,
credit.
so you guys can't
That's
see
fine
me.
because I put out my hand for you to put them into.
Oh my god, you two.
What
Hey,
can we say?
it's called
Like,
getting into the part.
yeah.
Also, I'm Italian. I talk with my hands.
Well, you don't talk with your hands either.
No.
Germans are infamous for it, or rather famous for it. But yeah.
Well, I
So
mean,
he just sort of stands there, like sort of shifts his weight on 1 foot, looks a little bit more animated than day-to-day people just walking about. Again, like does not register as evil. But yeah, like again, like talking to this person, you definitely feel like if you maybe had thoughts like, oh, these things are constructs, like definitely doesn't feel like it. It just
yeah, no, we
can't quite put a
basically
finger on it.
had a non-verbal conversation.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Deanna, we're gonna test something the Deanna way.
Oh no.
I'm gonna
You gonna
attack
punch
them.
something?
No, he's not gonna punch it. He's going to approach. He's gonna point at the dagger,
Oh my god, not again.
but he's gonna end up reaching into his pockets and pull out, the empty pocket air. He's gonna tap his chin before he soon realizes and points to the man and puts his arm for an arm wrestling challenge.
Roll me a diplomacy -10.
That's fair. That's fair. Deidre is very crass at this.
So there's like 10,000 years.
That's a -4.
He looks visibly insulted.
It's like how the guy of linguistics is doing the worst of this.
He starts yelling at you and like shooing his arm like from bottom right, upper left, like get out of here, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and the animal will politely hold his hands up and nod his head and just walk away defeated.
He just keeps on shouting at you as you're walking away.
Well, you just insulted his mother.
if anything, for all you know, you may have insinuated, "Hey, sit on this."
Yeah.
Alright, we're getting away from there anyways at this point.
Hey, look, we got important information there.
We did.
Not from your going with
Shut
my
up.
going.
No.
Shut up.
No. You could technically take something away from his as well. It's not necessarily canned conversation going on.
Each person can still react as their personality, what it seems. Even if they're like stuck in this endless routine, it seems.
Indeed.
Dane try to arm wrestle anyone else?
Everyone.
Genera.
No, he's not. It was just the one thing, just to see how the man would react.
Oh,
5
you
minutes
never
later.
know.
5 minutes later.
Well, as we walk, Deanna will kind of fix himself, kind of stand back up before he soon says, so at the very least, if they are imitating life, seems another lively figure helps kind of improve that. But that begs the question then. Are they?
No idea.
They definitely don't feel like constructs. Bumping into one, they were, in a way, they are denser than what a human could normally be.
Do you want to roll a perception check to try to determine what they like their body type? So you might get a hint towards what knowledge to roll.
Yes, I'll take that. I clicked it.
Give it time.
Denied.
With a 15, I'll give it to you. You go through like all the details, like physical details that you've seen about these people up until now. Like maybe thinking about like some of the behaviors as well. And you don't know exactly how you came to this conclusion, but for some reason, like if they are not human, like if they are not humanoid, like the only thing you can possibly imagine is that they may be like already dead. Like the hard bodies, like if you shake the hands on random people in the street, you notice that they do not like exude body heat. And yeah, just the only way you can imagine these things being alive and walking about, aside from being constructs, they either have to be constructs of some kind, or they have to be some form of animated dead.
So
engineering
out
or
of
religion. If
it
you
is
want
engineering?
more engineering, if you think it might be constructs, or religion if you think it might be undead.
Both things I don't have. Deanna was going to look towards Vivian though before he soon says
Does he mention it out loud?
he's actually going to be asking the two people who might have it. So, from what I can understand, and after everything, it's most likely there is some kind of undead at this point, or there's some kind of
Actually,
construct
constructs are part of Arcana.
Oh damn!
Never mind. So yeah, it will be Arcana or religion.
Well, he is still stating the fact that it's either they're a construct of some kind, or they're an undead of some kind. And I haven't done much studying about either. Vivian, considering you're a paladin, do you think of any undead that they might match?
Well, I can tell you that when I was in the
Sugar.
city of undead,
Okay.
that I never saw any of them. Or anyone like this.
What DM is asking is knowledge or religion check, please.
I don't have knowledge religion, dumbass.
How?
Not all paladins, Dane.
Neither do I
Hashtag
have
not
it.
all paladins.
Ain't just racist paladins.
No, I'm classist. Get it right.
No racist. Paladins are
I
racist at
have
this point, but they're
knowledge
lawful good.
If you have knowledge religion, then roll it.
I had to go back and
But
check,
any-
but I
anyways,
don't
back
think
to
it's gonna be.
back to the roleplay. Dio's getting chewed up by Vivian at this point.
Well, I just come up
Yeah,
next and it's like, oh
well,
wait, I
Oh,
know.
you're not getting chewed out by Vivian. You're getting a talk about her time in the undead city, where she was a ghost,
There's an undead
and she
city.
got to talk to mummies and other beings like that, where they
What?
saved a deva from
The
a
undead-
lich.
The undead can talk?
In this place they could. It was like an entire city of different kinds of undead. There were vampires.
Were there
I didn't really
werewolves?
have to worry about them.
Alright.
not anymore.
Well, no, I was a ghost. They couldn't exactly suck my blood and change me.
That's fair.
Not
Deanna
to
kind of
mention,
gets.
that entire place was in a demi-plane, and we collapsed that when we took out the Deva.
I have so many questions for you that I can't ask.
Yeah, you
As
collapsed the entire
Deanna
place.
is in the process of rubbing his shin. He's still waiting to hear from Ulan if Ulan's got anything.
Yeah, when Ulan tries to think about it, like he doesn't like completely understand it,
Mm-hmm.
but like from your observations, like he can definitely say that. He can definitely say like that. Well, those things that you mentioned, like, are traits seen in some undead. Like they're dead, like they're being sustained by some like other force. They don't necessarily need lifeblood. Um, their muscles might be driven by some like less than magical form. Therefore, the muscles like themselves have atrophied, and the skin has toughened and such.
Okay.
But you can't quite put a finger on it. Like you don't fully know.
Like I can tell that they're not undead. There's some kind of magic that's keeping them.
You can tell that like there's a good chance they might be undead, but you're not quite sure. And if you think they might be undead, you don't have a clue what kind. I mean, you know
Right.
for sure like they're not skeletons, they're not zombies. Like for one, like the flesh isn't rotting off of them, or at least not openly. But yeah,
Okay.
if you would want to re-roll that, you would have to spend time in the library researching the matter.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to knowledge checks, like most skill checks can be re-rolled upon request or like after some time has passed, such as like trying several times to jump a gap with acrobatics. When it comes to knowledges, it represents what you know in that moment about that creature. So if you fight a skeleton, roll a knowledge check, and then next time you fight a skeleton, like a day afterwards, you can't roll a knowledge check again because you haven't learned anything new between that. You would have to go and research the matter
I like a library.
at a library. At a library with
Right.
proper references and such, and only then would you be eligible to re-roll that knowledge check.
There is another knowledge
Okay.
that I don't know who else in the party has. Knowledge arcane.
Knowledge Arcana, that would, I believe, I would say I want to be Ulan as well, potentially. I think I
For
do that.
Dracana, knowledge. Wait. Say it again. Knowledge what?
Arcana.
Arcana.
Oh,
It's the-
Arcana.
it's the
I heard
top-
Dracana. Yeah.
It's the topmost Arcana.
Oh, plus 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You looking at these, like, they don't look like any construct you've ever seen. There's a big chance they are not constructs. Yeah, like you big time believe they can't be like. They're not mechanical. They're not. There might be some magics involved in it, but they are not constructs.
Okay.
You
And
can
I
say
relay
so
that
that they are a cog in the machine.
No, bad Kage.
We need more of that music now. Stat.
I
One
share that with
cookie
the
for the
party. They're
Froggo.
not constructs at all.
Woo!
They're something else.
But yeah, like the biggest clue you guys have for now is that you have an inkling they may be undead, but they're not like any undead you've ever seen.
Lovely.
Undead that most of you have seen.
Yeah.
I've seen
Yeah.
intelligent undead.
No, I'm just saying like they like the outwards appearance and like how they are, like how half of them, some of them appear to be like mindless drones and other appear to like have some lucidity to them. Regardless,
yeah.
like you put that together with the fact that like potentially the Enra might find some runes that date back 10,000 years. Like how long have these guys been here? Like are these bodies like 10,000 years old? That is like very hard. It's
Especially-
hard to.
It's especially hard to kind of imagine with how big the city is and how dense the population already is. If we're walking by so many people.
Yeah.
At this point, At this point, I'm hoping we'll find answers in the central spire.
Could they be hive-minded?
No, they
Could you imagine running through an entire city of these things chasing us at the same time?
They wouldn't be a hive mind if that was the case.
No.
Trust me. The
I
way
mean,
that
there's
they
something that we haven't seen, so I wouldn't say that.
well, it's more of the fact that if they were hive-minded, we'd have multiple beings kind of talking to us when it comes to the blacksmith part.
I mean, they speak a different language. Just
Yeah, so
Kibby doesn't understand us.
they're speaking a dead language.
Yes.
I
Which
need,
just means they can't understand us either, so.
indeed. I need time in the library in order to kind of read up on that language, or at the very least to decipher it. But I think at this point we'll find our answers in the central spire. At least I'm hoping.
So you keep on walking towards the spire, and there are less people like close to the spire. Like there's still like the odd person walking. Can all of you guys roll me a perception check again? I would have told you the entrance is over here.
Oh, okay. Deanna
See
with an
nothing.
8, Carol with 27, Ulan with a 4, Azure with an 8, and Heron's the only perceptive one today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose that might be like. So there's two things happen.
Mhm.
Two things are happening right now. For one, you see something that is very obvious, like ahead of you, and that is what's keeping all of you guys' attention, like in tunnel vision, essentially.
Mhm.
You guys walk, and you get to like decently close to like the entrance of the spire, and you notice a figure laying like on the floor, like right in front of the closed doors, like big ass closed doors. Like these are on
Mhm.
par with like the entrance of the city.
Yeah.
Some grand fucking doors. But yeah, you notice that there is some sort of a creature maybe laying like unmoving horizontally on the floor.
Hmm.
Sharon notices this
Mhm.
as well. Notices from a difference. It looks like yeah, it looks humanoid. Might be human. Might be something of a human. Might be. Looks different from the other things we've seen here today. And then he hears something. He hears something a bit out of the ordinary behind him. And as you turn, you see familiar red shades of the lust spawn, sort of patrolling in like behind you. They
Hide
are
quick.
not walking your. They are not walking your direction. They are currently unaware of your presence, but
Mhm.
they are walking, and they are walking amongst the people. And the people, like upon like getting close to them, step aside as if you would like a guard patrol.
Mm. Okay.
Okay.
So there's some more less spawn around here. I haven't noticed this,
Not yet.
but the people seem to be treating them like guards. I suggest hiding quick before we get noticed.
Kind of stealth.
What about
Yep, self.
what
Oh,
about
I
the
did it,
body
guys!
Nice.
First good roll of the
See?
night.
You guys want to
Okay.
duck into an alley? Is that it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
since
Yeah.
she's stealthing.
Well, let's do what I said. Let's roll a percentile because that's a thin line. Yep, that's above 20%. That is definitely above a 20%. So yeah, like you guys can barely like squeeze into this here. It is going to be rather uncomfortable to get in there.
Yeah.
Question is like how like do you guys do it though?
Yeah.
As Sharon noticed, they are not walking in the opposite direction. They might turn. They might turn around.
They
It's
might
a
turn.
wide open street, and there are not a lot of people like on. There are not a lot of people here.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Yeah, you're definitely within bow range. You can shoot a long bow from here to here if you believe it.
Banner. Just going for hiding right now, I think, right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
I
hiding.
guess 𝓓𝓪 will kind of. How tight squeeze is this alleyway?
Oh, that's like sucking your gut, and even then, like you sort of have to scrape your front and back to get in there. When it comes to the thickest of you.
So I'm fine. Because small
Yeah,
size.
like you. Yeah, I mean, like you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to walk sideways as well, but like you're not scraping like the front and back of you when going in there.
Shit.
Yeah, but
𝓓𝓪's gonna try. 𝓓𝓪's way of stealth. He's gonna try and look natural.
Oh my gosh.
Gonna try and look natural, like just squeezing you. Like, sorry, mate. Excuse me, just squeezing into this place.
Sorry, just getting a smoke.
Oh god.
But yeah, then roll me a strength, a stealth check then. Oh, someone dropped.
We lost
He
Perry.
died.
There we go.
He's alive.
We lost Perry the Platypus.
Hey, risen from the grave.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
He kind of
no, I'm
lowers
gonna
his
have to peace
head,
out, though.
adjusts his garb, and just kind of.
Just
So
his
yeah,
beret.
You just want to like look like just be on the side of the place instead. Is that it?
Pretty much, yeah. He's trying to look natural, doesn't look out of place. Is essentially what he's trying to do with that stealth. Because he is pretty big, and with that and pretty big muscles, it's gonna be hard for him to kind of get in and out with that fucking alley.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just gonna say, like, if you want to be on the outside, roll a stealth. If you want to like be like in the hole, you don't have to. Like
Well-
at least not. But essentially, just roll like don't make any big noises. I don't think you have to roll stealth for that. Just staying quiet,
Mm.
or at least like not talking.
Yeah.
But yeah. So everyone goes inside, and the enemy stays on the outside.
I will
I'm gonna
protect
have
the
to melt
squishies in the hole.
Shallow. I'm gonna have to melt into the the shallow thingy. I gotta go.
You're getting into the alleyway.
No, Perry has to go his way thing.
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before you go, Perry,
What's up?
I am bequeathing upon thee 500 experience points.
Oh shit!
So you are leveling up this session.
Damn. Oh shit! God damn! Yeah, 5,005 XP
Five.
points. Wow.
We can go through the
fuck,
um, we can go through the level ups at a later date.
yeah, definitely.
If you want to like go through properly and like level up, like picking out your stuff, just essentially set up a just tell me when you have free time and I can go through it with you. So if you want to go through it like with that. If not, like if you have not set up like a meeting until next time we play, I'm just going to prepare my suggested level up for you, and like the same as last time, you retain all like privileges of changing what I've done if you do not like it.
Yeah,
But if you
right.
change it yourself, if you choose yourself, then change it to the final.
Okay, okay, but no. I'm
But yeah.
trying to have a lot of free time this week because I don't think I have too much homework to do. But I don't know. Hey, the week
Yeah.
hasn't. Oh no, shit! It's Monday, so the week technically already began. So I just gotta check the homework site and see if I have any new assignments. But whatever,
And
bro.
die.
I will definitely. Yeah. Hey, that's fine, bro. That's why I haven't checked Canvas yet, man. Because I don't wanna.
You don't want to know.
I don't wanna know, bro.
It's
Well,
not
before
worth
you
it.
go,
What's up?
let us at
What's
least
up?
do this. Roll
What's
me a
up?
d10 for your health.
Well, let's get
D10.
your HP, man.
/ roll space D10.
One. Oh, okay. D10. There we go. Oh, 6. That doesn't sound good. That sounds
Oh,
pretty low.
It's above average.
So you
It's
have
about average.
it's above average. So you have
Okay.
well, it's actually the average roll if you choose to just take a number instead of just rolling yourself.
Rolling. Yeah.
So not too bad, not too bad.
Okay. Well,
So
you
we
guys are
get
pros.
so we just mark up your level from your level from 1 to 3, from 2 to 3, and we just tack on 6 HP on this. So from 23 to 29. You now have a grand total of 40 HP. Third level Blood Rager. And I wish you good well as you go to step into the shadows and fall through the floor of the shadow of the 𝓮𝓼.
Just merge. Just give
You-
the owner a hug and just disappear.
You rolled infinity on your stealth
You
check. They can't
hug
make
you.
find you.
I don't feel good,
Got
Mr.
it,
Smack.
guys. Good luck. Have
Later,
fun.
man.
We're gonna need
Thanks.
it. Thank you.
Yeah, Perry.
Have a good
Peace out.
one.
Peace
You'll
out.
survive when we're all dead.
When we're all dead,
So
he comes
yeah.
back to the parties.
Well,
So,
like,
yeah.
like I told you, if there's a TPK and like people that are not present like come to the next game, the amalgam will essentially just jump in a random direction and like restart there with those that remain. And if not, then we can just choose a whole different region if you guys want to, and just have the amalgam wake up there.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's
That's
for eventual TPK. But yeah, so you guys
Do I
go in
sound away
here
right now?
and yeah,
Do I sound far away right now?
Yes.
yeah, a little bit. But yeah, so here's what
How about
happens.
now?
While the others, yeah, same. It's like a Verizon thing. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Sorry
That was a
about
funny
that.
joke at one point,
Yeah.
right?
Imagine the owner just kept walking. He's like, hey guys, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Can you see me now? Can you see me now? Just
Hey guys, you
walking
think I'm
towards
hiding
the
good?
spawn.
You think I'm hiding good?
But yeah,
Ah.
so yeah, you are walking forwards. Oh no, you're not. So while the others are hiding in the alleyway, you are standing on the outside, like leaning towards the wall, like trying to be nonchalant. Or more like maybe like sitting on like a little indentation in the wall, like a little outcropping, like sitting and resting your legs.
Yeah.
And you're keeping an eye on the gaggle of lust spawn, and you see one of them glancing on your direction. Like you see one of them turning its head. You can't necessarily lock eyes because like it's 600 feet away or like 300 feet away. You see it turning its head. Doesn't necessarily focus in on you. Like turns back out and they continue walking. There are no longer lust spawn in sight.
He's gonna knock on the alleyway to let them know that it's safe.
You could just speak, you know.
Just say, hey, it's safe.
True.
So this Morse
But
code.
knocking right next to them is more fun.
And that's how
Yeah,
Dane got
that's
kicked
fair.
out.
I mean, you have to remember my foot's in perfect, or my head's in the perfect area for a headbutt.
Bang.
Indeed.
So we all know
Headbutt or a
she's in
head
that
groin?
she's at that height distance.
She's
Artists
literal
get to
head
work
to
on
that
that.
region, so yeah. Literally,
Nice.
watch out for your ass, Dane, because it might be easily targeted.
My ass.
His
Oh,
current
roll.
squeezes out of the alley.
A retaliatory strike may be in order, but yeah.
Definitely in order.
But yeah, you look over and the being laying on the floor is still laying on the floor unconscious.
Deanna,
Karen does the check. With everyone, I'm
The
guessing.
cat, simply because of what happened in real life, a cat walks across the road. As I now have a cat in my lap, I've abducted it from the road. The cat now has disappeared into my lap, and I'm currently petting it. And his name is Beethoven, and he is. I had a very lovely petting session with him yesterday.
Hi,
Last night.
Beethoven.
I was playing Sims, and he literally sat in my lap as I stroked him like evil mastermind, one hand
Evil
style,
mastermind sim.
when moving my Sims around, doing diabolical things for like 15 minutes.
Anyways.
But yeah, back to
Uh,
the body at hand.
Deanna's
back to-
also gonna go help and check on this person.
So you get closer, and you recognize this to be an unconscious half-elf female.
Wait, what? Is it the one we're looking for?
Yeah, maybe.
What?
It looks
Maybe.
half-elf,
Oh,
it looks
maybe.
female. It looks alive.
Does
Alive,
he-
unconscious.
He is going to.
Unconscious but breathing.
So
He's
then,
One at a
Inspector-
time. Dane.
Okay.
Kage started speaking first.
Okay. I'll wait. Sorry.
I mean, I would go up to her and, do the vitals. I'd do a heal check, essentially.
Okay, give me a heal check.
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, you see, you definitely see like there's some head injuries here. Like maybe I've been from some sort of a fall. You also notice that actually no, that would not be the case. Never mind. But yeah, she definitely looks injured. But she appears stable. She looks a little bit malnourished, a little bit. Yeah, she is below her. She's currently stably below her health.
Deanna is going to check her belongings. Actually,
You dirty
So-
fucker.
There's a cave rabbit.
As far as belongings go, you're basically it's just clothing. You feel her up and down, and
Oh.
you might find like a dagger at her hilt for self-defense.
so
But
no pouches
other
for
than that,
care-
she has.
no pouches whatsoever.
Well, from what he was told, she was going to go berry picking. She might have had other things with her, like in a basket or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to look for. Not trying to feel her up, just
Uh-huh.
belongings in or around. Look, he already rubbed one out when he got bit by the fucking lust spawn. Okay, he's not affected by lust right now.
He just broke his 3-year no masturbation.
I don't know. He saw Lustbun again. It's hard to tell him.
Yeah, that's
Shut up.
fair.
Anyways, back to as I said, back to the body at hand.
I
She
would,
doesn't necessarily have any. She doesn't necessarily have anything on her. But yeah, she is. Yeah, she's definitely in a bad way.
I would move the hair out of her eyes and use lay on hands. Is she fatigued?
I would say yes, but
Okay, I'm
using-
saying, does she have the condition fatigue?
I would imagine she does because, as I mentioned, she's malnourished, and I do believe malnourishment comes with a measure of fatigue.
Yeah, it does.
I need to look
So,
at my feet then.
It would at the way I've thought about this for a while because when you're staying up too long as well, and not at night, you get fatigued. So you could cure that, but I would say when you cure fatigue that is related to a constant physical body effect, for example, staying up too long or not eating, I
Yeah.
would say that fatigue can be alleviated but like it won't go away forever.
I understand that. I'm more asking, do I get my extra D6?
You would cure her fatigue, so you don't get your extra D6 for healing now.
Okay, so then we'll do the worst lay on hands for 5 points of healing.
5 points of healing, and she is still out of it.
General will offer Vivian one of the health potions he has.
No, I can use another one.
I have healing
Vivian?
hands. I could
Yeah.
use
But hey,
that.
on the plus side, she's no longer fatigued.
Yay! But anyway,
Are
but he
sh-
will say, Vivian, in case things end up going bad in the tower, need you to not use up all of your abilities. Just use one of these. Hopefully, she'll wake up.
But we just found the reason why we're here. I planned on leaving.
And how do you plan on leaving?
The same
If-
way
I
we
will say
came in.
there was a description of the person you were looking for, like the missing person.
Yeah.
And upon closer inspection, like she has red hair, like does very much look like the person on the poster.
Does she
Okay.
also look
Well-
like, the part of the father that we visited?
She looks a little bit like she could have been the daughter of the proprietor of Blissful, yeah.
Okay.
As Karen picks her up.
Well, we don't know if the way back is going to be that easy. That's the problem right now.
Yes, but going towards the spire's not a good idea when we have our unconscious target.
And I'll simply ask
Oh yeah,
again,
right.
Vivian, how
I
are we gonna
completely
get out?
forgot to ask about food.
We mentioned it
still
last
have
session.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
bought-
think you ate like you
We
you
hunted
essentially
and
eat
ate,
your meals at night, yeah.
Yeah. They were good.
I mean, I only have 5 days of rations left, so I don't know how good we
I
are.
got 3.
We're
I got
good.
3 days of rations. But Deanna will then promptly ask again, Vivian, how did you intend on getting us out of here?
I intended on walking back the same way that we came.
He's going to slowly rub his eyes before he soon says, and they're vertical?
Don't forget, like you guys went and checked out a cavern, like the entrance, like that's the entrance, the far south of the like big wide empty that you were on before.
Mm-hmm.
You did feel like when you stood in the entrance, you did feel a breeze.
Indeed, and it is on an incline. But we also saw tracks of kobolds.
Kobolds are usually killed in demons.
True.
Kobolds are nothing, Deanna.
And those are also weeks old tracks. They were not fresh.
I would rather get her out of a more dangerous situation where there's less spawn than to have to worry about. Kobolds are nothing.
It's not the kobolds I'm worried about. Vivian, you need to think about it on the actual scale point now. We need to take the time to get across a bridge. Be 2 bridges at this point in order to try and get to a cave that might lead up to where we need to go. We're not even sure if that cave actually gets us the hell out of there. The spire's the only one that we know that actually gets us up to the ceiling. And Jerome and BRB.
I just want to mention that the details about the tower. I said that the spire looks like it might touch the roof of the cave you're in, and that's what I said. Tip of the spire. I'm not talking about the big pointy bit. You know,
Point
the bit
where you had to
that's
climb out a window and then climb up a freaking point.
Fair point.
to what appears to be like the illusion of like open skies. It might just be like clear rock. Might not be an exit out there. And not to mention, like I think I mentioned that I wanted the cave to be like 1,000 feet high. That is like quite an elevation if you're thinking of scaling up. From a logical perspective, going back the way you came from, you can at least hunt for food. Going up this spire, you're not sure you're gonna have enough rations to last you going up this spire and going out. Even if there is a way out up there.
Right now, as a 4-man team, oh, sorry, we're 5 right now because we have an NPC to feed.
Phantom. Phantom as
I'm
well,
sorry?
yeah. Oh, technically a 5-man team, like without the NPC because of the Phantom. Oh,
I
well,
understand.
Phantom's gone for the day. Never mind.
Yeah,
Phantom is dead. Yeah, he's gone, or
Yeah.
he's banished.
we have 8 things of food. Or 8 rations. Which means we'd have to reach the tower in 1 day and get out and be able to hunt. Where
It's
we
gonna
know
be the
that we can
afternoon.
walk. How long have we been in here, DM?
Since you
say
woke
2
up and went
days.
across the bridge, you would imagine
Back.
might be around like 2-3 p.m. right now.
So around
Okay.
midday.
What did I miss?
Oh, nothing much. Just logistics of food.
But there was something before logistics of food. Because I remember Dane trying to convince one way and Kage the other. And
Oh,
it's
He's
like,
right.
like, if we need to climb up the tower to get out. The cave's not, we can't trust the cave. But we literally have 8 rations and 5 mouths to feed. Because Azray
oh,
is not around.
yeah.
Azray went to go do something important.
That's right. We lost him in the city.
Azray went to go take a leak. I do not want to see that.
As I
yeah,
went to go look for some food.
yeah, it just depends because we have what we came for. We came
Yeah.
pretty much for the person because we thought, okay, if she fell down here, and she wasn't near where we fell, which is where we thought she should be, she likely got taken to the city, is what we thought.
Yeah.
Which is weird that she was just unconscious on the ground, though. But yeah.
I would rather get us out of the city where we can hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Alright
if we
then.
go in that tower and it takes us more than a day, we are out of food.
Alright then.
You said we had 8 rations. Where'd you count that from?
I have 5, Dane has 3.
Let me see how much I have.
I should
I
have
think I
some
have.
too.
I have. Let's see.
I allowed you guys to buy up to like.
I have
I
3
wanna
days worth
say-
left.
I want to say I allowed you guys to buy up to like 10 days of food personal.
Yeah.
My personal food's been going to other people, but
Yeah. I have 3 days worth left. So
okay, so that brings us up to 11.
I
yeah.
have 2 kits in my inventory, and they have.
Why do you have
Um,
2 kids?
I have no idea what's going on,
wanted
so
to
I
buy-
thought better to be
You
safe than
wanted to buy
sorry.
2 kits.
Be safe,
I
man. Come
wanted to buy
on,
2 kits.
Mister. I
I'm
once
gonna say
had a
like this,
spyglass in my old days.
From my experience, like a lot of new players like just pick up the weapons and don't think about the kits, and then they're out in the world and I don't have food. What
I
do
don't
we
have a bed?
trade?
I don't have.
I have to manage eating?
Anyways,
You're a druid.
Oh, I might not even have
Alright then, Vivian.
a collection of bandages.
Alright then, Vivian. Say we do have to go this way. So we do have to make our way to the cave. How are we gonna get her out of the city without being spotted by
No.
a spawn, for 1? For 2, if we did get spotted, who's gonna be the one taking her across the bridge first?
Okay, first off, we haul ass. That's all I can say for getting her out of the city. We've only seen 1 patrol of lust spawn. And the longer we argue here, the more likely they are to find us.
So there's no guarantee there isn't more in the tower or not.
Exactly. And I would just... Right now we know it is safer outside of the city for her.
Aaron, your thoughts on this?
Mine?
And Ulan.
Oh,
as well.
sure. I'm out of character. I'm trying to log into my chemistry class right now.
Okay,
Fair. That's fair.
that's fair.
I mean, what do you expect to gain from going up this, like, mile-high tower to get to the top?
Also, we know where this tower is. We can always come back.
My thoughts on this fire is the fact that we probably would have been able to, in a day, so long as we don't find much conflict, we probably would be getting up there and probably be able to finagle our way out via the top. But
Think of it this way, though. If those dust spawn patrol the streets, and this thing does connect to the top potentially, isn't that going to be guarded as the main entrance into this place? Right?
not wrong there.
So, to me at least, this seems like the part that's going to give us the most trouble fighting to go up. Although it's longer, but a less chance for fighting.
I'd rather take the long and safer route than the hard and quick route.
Okay, I'll agree with that. We have her with us, right? We're
We have her.
debating whether or
We
not
have
to
her
go
with
into the
us.
spire.
We're debating
Okay,
whether to try to go the spire out in case it's faster, or go out the long way to the cave on the other end of the cavern, essentially.
Dane was saying, oh, we might get attacked by kobolds, and Vivian's like, you're seriously worried about kobolds?
Look, there's many things that we can get attacked upon on the way there, okay?
That is
Kobolds, least of the worries.
Plus, we do have the runes now, so we may be able to use the extra bridges walking back instead of
we
by
don't have
land
all the
trail.
runes though. Some of
We
them are
have
still on that golem.
Yeah, but we have one at least. So
Would we be able to get the rune back after we used it on the bridge?
well, you just gotta hold it when you cross. So as long as you did before, we're good.
Okay.
You have to have it basically equipped, so you have to have it
Yeah.
on your personage.
Ruben?
If we could find more runes before we go, that'd be better. But I still say we should find the safer way for the person's the long way out, unless she has to get to the surface like immediately.
She's still
Dane's gonna-
unconscious, she's malnourished, and you would imagine she wouldn't necessarily weigh all that much. I would say she is so light, Karen could easily have her, like, in his hands walking.
I can carry her as we go.
I could too,
might as
just
well.
because it's a bit easier too if I fly. But yeah.
No, to keep
okay.
everyone else's hands free because I'm probably the one dealing the least amount of damage, you know, and one who can't fly and
Hey,
stealth.
hey, we're not talking about damage right here. Come on, man.
Look, we don't damage Shane.
Look,
Yeah, exactly.
we're gonna take Vivian, take him a long way.
Thank you. We're finally coming to your senses.
It's not coming to my senses, it's more of
Outvoted.
it's more of the risk and reward type of deal.
They
Yeah, you
said
can always come back here later if you want. Try to get to the spire.
Maybe. For now,
Didn't
we
this
got
whole adventure start with we'll come back here later and then we fell through a hole?
It
Well,
was.
right now. We gotta get the hell out of here.
obviously if we get out of here, we'll know where the entrance to this place is.
So just to see if all this
I don't even
arguing
know.
was for naught or anything, Karen's just gonna look around just to make sure there's no other patrol coming this way.
You don't see... actually, roll me a perception check.
Okay.
While I roll a random encounter check.
All of us or just Arslan?
Just Just Sharon, because he's
Just
the one that
Charon. I
asked.
mean.
19.
Yeah. You don't see any telltale like. You don't see any telltale red in this sea of grey.
Mm-hmm. So far we're good.
Oh,
So if we're gonna move,
the buildings themselves, like some of them have decorations on them. Like the city itself isn't colorless. It's just the
Mhm.
people are.
yeah. It's clear right now. So if we're gonna move, we should go before anything else happens.
Great.
Agreed.
Let's go.
Okay.
And
So
who's carrying the elf?
I could
I
do it or
don't know.
Ulan. One between us, which you prefer? I could do it because I can get her out of the way of combat faster, but it just depends.
Okay, yeah, yeah. If we're in combat, you can just whisk her
Yeah,
away. Sure, you carry her.
yeah, I'll carry her for now.
I mean, technically, he could just fly her on top of a building.
Here, just set her
Yeah,
down
exactly.
there.
Also, I have some very important news to share to everyone.
Oh?
Um, I just happened to look on Twitter, and this was on the top of my feed, and I couldn't agree more.
Oh,
Basically,
Hey,
it's the meme of the man with a girlfriend looking behind him, looking at another girl.
yeah.
But it's the D&D goblins versus the Pathfinder goblins.
I'm sorry. Pathfinder goblins
Oh,
look
now I get it a little bit more.
more mischievous than the D&D goblins.
Pathfinder goblins have character. They are murderous little fuckers for sure.
They're also funny as hell.
If you,
They are.
if you read the like official Pathfinder comic, good lord, they're
I don't
fucked
know.
up.
I'm in class now.
I mean, yeah, don't you know they eat babies?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, I didn't know
literally.
I
They
wasn't
also
muted.
raise their kids in cages too, so.
Yeah.
Also, anyways, they're also did their non for gobbling songs and stuff like that. But yeah,
Yep.
anyways, you guys want to exit the place with this?
We are
Yep.
we're gonna try our best to exit out of town with her.
Okay.
And we'll say Ulan's carrying her.
Okay.
He said that
Well, dude,
Charon
Dane,
was
we
carrying
just
her.
agreed Karen was carrying her before Dane.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Dad just my father's ego
You
distracted
throw
me.
her onto me, and I
That's
throw
why.
her onto myself.
Yeah, we throw her between us. We're playing a game of catch the elf.
We're playing hot elf,
Yeah.
okay?
Without like I said, choosing not to like fully make her conscious yet, you decide to essentially carry her throughout the city,
Yeah.
potentially to up your chances of her staying quiet. I've taken the liberty of rolling with Sharon's perception and rolling some encounter dice, and you make it all the way back. You make it all the way back to the entrance of the town,
Oh wow.
the metropolis, essentially unmolested. It is. You definitely like. Oh, that was my bad.
It's all good.
I mean, I'd love to be that size. Let's go put the Rune Lords
Wouldn't we
down.
all? Essentially,
Just walk
attack on
around the
sight with this
building.
shit. But yeah, you make it back to the entrance. The people like are still like paying you little to no mind. Like they're looking at you every once in a while. The shopkeepers more than the other ones. But yeah, like nothing bad happens as you make your way towards the exit. And you go outside, and you also manage to make your way over to the platform where you guys like arrive in this place, no problem.
I mean, I would hope that the end of our day is legitimately crossing back over and then going back to our old campsite.
Yeah, like if we're gonna fast track it, you guys
Yeah.
make it back to your old campsite, and that is going to be the end of like that's going to be nightfall essentially.
Yeah.
So we get to here.
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh, it's a success.
We lucked out there.
We found our missing elf.
Yeah.
You found your bounty, for which, incredibly enough, you were promised a rather like pitiful sum compared to the adventure you've had so far.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know, right?
underground city, like what the heck?
You know how
We're
much those
keeping this
ancient
secret,
coins
right?
would be worth
Huh?
if we could just
Yeah.
rob a stall.
We're keeping this place to ourselves. You know, we go, we return the lady. Hope. Oh wait, she remember all this?
We'll see how much she remembers when she wakes up eventually.
To be fair,
Yeah.
if this is where we're ending it, I would spend all of my healing to bring her up.
Well, are we ending it, or are we gonna
Oh,
continue for a bit?
The end,
End of
like
the
the
day.
end of the day is
Okay.
you guys are setting up camp.
Yeah, true.
I'm gonna
As
get my
far as-
ghost back. I'm gonna
as-
get my phantom back.
As far
Tomorrow
as I
morning, yeah.
see- As far as I see, I still have like an hour left allotted for playing with you guys. If you guys want to continue playing.
Let's
still good.
I
go!
thought
Yeah, I'm
Uman
good. I'm
had
only in
leave
class.
soon.
Yeah. If I'm leaving it up to you guys. If you want to end like session now, we can do that.
I'm
Or if you want to continue, that's also up to you guys.
I'm good for going.
I'm
In the
good.
terms of the great bastard from Payday, let's fucking go!
Dane's fired for copyright.
So you're essentially going to spend all of your healing to make sure this elf lady is up and going.
Yeah.
So you start healing her up, and she regains consciousness slowly. She doesn't necessarily wake up. She doesn't necessarily sit up. I mean, sorry, she's sort of just
She's out of it.
laying. She's just laying down on the floor, looking definitely out of it. She looks malnourished to hell. You don't necessarily understand like how, like, if she's been unconscious all this time, or if she has like woken up in between. If she's become unconscious all this time, like how has she survived with no water? Like she was reported missing like a week or two ago.
And it's been like maybe a day or two for us to get to this point, so
It's been a
been,
week and
like-
almost a half.
For all you know, like she could either like have been roughed up in between, or she has been unconscious. She should have been unconscious for like up to 2 weeks. It is quite baffling that she is even here.
To be fair,
Also-
when they do their survival check for food, I would start making food.
Okay.
But yeah,
And slowly
she
feeding
is
it
out
to
of
her.
it.
Cameron's choosing to make camp.
she's not like her throat is not in the shape to speak. She's just making.
It's okay, you can rest.
Get that bitch some water.
also Dane, we already have camp. This is the same camp we had the day before.
Yeah.
I know, but he's setting up the fire.
He's making sure there's fresh logs in the fire.
Not to mention,
Yeah, so
he's got to make sure that Henry at least sits by his brethren, without being on fire.
you just I like the idea of you just tossing your little fire wand in the middle of the fire just for good old time's sake. Just to reiterate, like when you put Henry to fire, he doesn't catch. The only like soot that lands on him is soot from like the flame itself, like the soot the flame is carrying. Like Henry as a branch looks untouched when it comes to his back, when it comes to fire.
See, this is why.
But yeah.
This is why all sticks can be good.
You
But yeah,
didn't.
so
We
who
didn't
is
have to fight in that city.
Who is hunting and who is assisting?
I will assist with the hunting.
And main hunter.
I guess it's me by default. I was gonna scout, but Dane decided to do the camp.
I mean,
I mean,
camp, like, there's
You
no
could
problem.
still
You
scout. We could just leave
can
him.
gather
to do so.
firewood.
I can do. Then I
You
can
can
just
get
do
a
straight up
firewood as
hunting and
part of
arson.
survival
And
aiding.
Yeah.
Sharon can scout.
Yeah.
If you want to have two people aiding the survival check, that's fine, because essentially every successful aid is potentially food for one more person.
hmm
For every 2 you succeed, like, you get food for one more person for that day. So, roll me 8 checks, those that want to help. DC 10. Survival.
I was just gonna say, however, the person who fails to help picked out some poison mushrooms.
Yeah. You don't have to aid if you don't want to, but aiding like either gives a +2 or removes a +2.
It's a double-edged sword though,
+2
because
or -2.
if you aid and roll like a 20, the person who actually rolls is gonna get less than you, and it's a
Oh
curse
god,
that way. So it's a double-edged
It's
sword
like-
that way.
I
It's
don't
why
think this is gonna
Deandra
work
had to
then.
do a flat roll because 2 people succeeded and 2 people failed.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
That is +2 to aid.
Okay.
So if Dane wants to roll to aid as well, he can essentially do it risk-free, because he'll either add 2 or make it just a flat roll. Or he can just leave it be and say, okay, +2 is probably going to be
+2 will be
enough.
fine.
Okay.
We're not risking
John,
it for the biscuit.
Give me a proper survival vote of +2. You
Okay.
can just add the +2 on afterwards, like
Yeah.
retroactively.
Hey, 14.
That is food for 3 people. That is food enough for 3 people. You shoot a nice deer. You find a nice little deer. You shoot it down with your crossbow or with your longbow.
Mhm.
Bring it back. It's enough. It's enough food to sustain 3 of you. You're gonna have to expend 2 rations to keep the entire traveling party fed. Alternatively, you guys can, if you want to like forego food. There is mechanics for like not eating, essentially.
It's fine. We can expend the food.
Deandra will
Okay.
expend one of his rations.
I don't care who is spending rations, just as long as 2 rations are expended. Okay. So,
Sorry.
who's staying up? Who's staying in the night's watch?
Obviously, Deandra.
I'm gonna provide long-term care for this girl.
Okay. Technically, like you haven't used any of your spells, so you don't necessarily need to rest to regain them.
Yeah. I also memorized Divine Favor this day, so I'm gonna go look at the Paladin spell list. See if I have removed disease.
Let's see here. With your heal check from earlier, I will
Yeah.
say that you did not notice any like sign of disease upon her.
Okay.
At least not anything you have ever seen. To put it like that. Like she looks healthy. To you, she looks healthy.
Okay.
Okay. So could I get perception check from the first and second guard, first and second watch, and also a heal check from Vivian.
Deandra will be first watch. 18.
That succeeds the long-term check for care.
Yep.
Arson's scouting. I mean, Charon is scouting, so I guess Ulan will do the second watch.
Well, during the nighttime, I don't think I'm scouting, but
To be fair, Ulana, it might be better for you to do third watch.
yeah,
Third watch? Okay.
yeah, I'll do second.
Third watch
Okay,
ensures that you get your full sleep, and it allows you to do what you need to do to prepare spells.
Yep.
Okay.
How does a shaman prepare spells?
So nothing happens during the night of Deanra's shift.
Okay.
As the way I'm rolling for encounters, it depends on how low I roll, depending on, or instead of how high I roll.
Yeah.
I rolled zeros across the board, meaning that the result's 100. If I was rolling for Perils of the Warp, now would be fun. But yeah.
Oh, that's
Next
actually
shift, second shift.
that's actually pretty cool. Shamans commune with your spirit animals, or with spirit animals, to get back their spells.
Yeah. Or, if you're an ancestor shaman, you commune with your dead relatives.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Sharon,
Yep.
perception check for Night Watch.
24.
24. You notice a squirrel get eerily close to the campfire. Start sniffing at Henry.
I try shooting the squirrel.
Roll me an attack roll.
We're getting desserts,
Harassment.
guys. We're getting desserts.
Oh,
Let's see. Okay. So longbow, which I'll use. This one's the same thing.
You know, if he. Let's see here. I actually think there is like a proper squirrel.
There probably is, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised.
There
he's
probably is
doggone
because you
with
can
us.
pick a squirrel as a familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
that's not
see.
enough.
Oh,
You
really?
shoot a-
Damn.
you shoot your bow, and it lands in the camp. You shoot a bow, and like how the squirrel is standing, you
Yeah, it goes in the
shoot
fire.
into the campfire, and it scurries off into the
Uh,
night.
yeah,
Same
Squirrels have an 18
ridiculously.
touch.
Nice.
Yeah, squirrels are OP.
Squirrels are OP.
You know, they say technically a common house cat can defeat a level 1 peasant in this game.
Yes.
Like on
Huh.
pure statistics alone. Simply because they have such a high AC.
Yeah, it's in like 5e where pets are pretty bad.
Oh, they're pretty
I
bad here
still
as
would
well.
argue.
I'm just saying, like, a
Well-
level 1 commoner is worse than a level 1 cat.
Yeah.
I will argue that a cat could still take down a commoner in 5th edition.
Oh no, I'm not saying that they're bad compared to NPCs. I'm just saying compared to Pathfinder versions, pets are or animals are like way weaker.
I mean, you piss
AC
off
wise and
enough
everything.
cats, it could take down a level 1 PC.
Yeah. As I have, like, okay, side tangent. There is a druid that's called a swarm druid. That makes it so like you pick like a vermin familiar, like some other things. Like the swarm druid can actually pick a cat as its animal companion, and instead of wild shaping, I think. Instead of getting wild shaping at 4th, they gain the ability to turn their animal companion into a swarm at 4th. So you can literally have a druid whose companion attacks as a swarm of cats.
Yeah.
Just cats swarming the enemy, dealing automatic damage by enveloping them and scratching and clawing. Anyways, enough of that. Nothing happens during your watch except for that. 𝓓𝓪𝓷𝓛𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼. Roll me a perception.
Wait, I was writing down a chart. What am I rolling for?
Perception.
Roll perception. Just roll me a d20, and then I can add it. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't notice anything.
Okay.
Morning comes. The lady is still like pretty much knocked out of it. She's breathing, but she's breathing easier, but doesn't feel like speaking. She looks like in a daze, a little bit. What little, like she's managed to get a little food in her, as well as a decent amount of water, like over the night. Did you? Yeah, you provide long-term care. So as you,
I fed her
as
much
yeah.
to not do, refeeding, even though it was basically, broth.
But yeah, so as you have done this, please roll me a fatigue check or a constitution check, more like it, because you are staying up all night.
You mean
to keep
fortitude?
this woman. No, constitution. Straight up constitution roll.
But fortitude.
No,
Oh, that's not
constitution.
bad.
I want to say from how I remember the rules, that is enough. That is enough to stave off fatigue for this day. If you want to pull another all-nighter, that check is going to be harder.
Oh, I don't plan on
yeah.
pulling another all-nighter.
Yes.
Yeah, just so we know for later. Let's see here. Rest. I think it says somewhere else, but But yeah. Yeah, there we go. After 8 hours normal rest, the disabled creature is not able, but the creature can DC 10 after resting 8 hours. Alright, that's the regaining hit points, never mind. But yeah. You are not fatigued, and that's what important.
Yeah.
You guys currently have nearby a damaged boat, and yeah, other than that, like the way forward, like you haven't completely scouted out like the south end of this little island. You know you can like walk along the edge, which is going to be like a maybe 2-day walk to get down to here. 2 or 3 days. If we consult the overland travel rules, you can travel, like, if you're just walking, you can travel 3 miles per day up to 8 hours, meaning that you can travel 24 hours, or 24 miles per day without taking any damage. You can hoof it, and get more out
Wait a
of
minute,
it,
we don't have a
essentially.
boat anymore.
We don't
Which
have a
means you're gonna have
proper
to-
working
Nope.
boat.
I mean, I could fix it.
No.
I could fix it.
Vivi, we're not going to trust the boat. We lit.
That was
literally did.
Kage.
Oh. Okay, we're not.
Okay,
We're not
so-
trusting that boat. Damn it.
Let's just waste the week of
Should
our
also
lives
mention
and
that I've
walk
been
the whole
drinking.
thing.
Yes, I've noticed that.
Good.
But yeah, apparently, so apparently if you can spend an entire day just walking, and you'll get down here. Given that you don't have any complications with these, like, peaks that are here and here.
Curious, are there any other bridges on this mass that connect to other parts, or is just this one bridge here?
You don't
Don't worry.
know.
Oh.
You haven't seen. You haven't gone to check. I will say there are bits on the map I have not revealed because you would have to get close to see them.
Mm-mm.
There might be more bridges. Those bridges might be the only ones in existence. You don't know.
I think we should hustle for the first hour.
We're basically carrying dead weight. Are you sure?
Oh, it's no problem. With the thing with hustle is that you travel 6 miles for 1 hour, and if you want to continue hustling, you essentially just take more non-lethal. Like, second hour of hustle, 1 non-lethal damage. Third hour of hustle, 3 points of non-lethal damage. Or 2 points, then 4 points, then 8 points, then 16 points, then 32 points.
Plus, who also said
Roughly, isn't it?
we're letting the dead weight walk? We're carrying her with us.
Yeah, I'm carrying her, so.
I wasn't talking about her walking.
Oh, we're talking about you, aren't we?
You can carry Vivian.
Yeah, I'll
I
carry
wasn't
Vivi.
even talking about myself.
Then who's the dead weight?
The girl.
That's what Dane said
I'm gonna
first.
try and carry her.
That's what I was talking about.
He did say that
He
first.
said that we're not letting the dib. Oh my god. My brain's gone.
Your brain's
Yes.
Can I go to
Oh,
sleep?
I've never had one.
I'll say it like this. Yes, you can hustle carrying the girl, but that would not necessarily be the most comfortable for her.
Exactly.
It's a point of non-lethal damage. We're trying to get the hell out of here.
And
Better to hustle.
let's put it like this as well. Like, you guys have an aerial unit who can walk around, like, scour the land and see if there might be some more bridges.
That's what I was gonna do yesterday, then roped into survival. But yeah.
But yeah, I mean, at the very least, you guys can walk down here, like, walk 1 hour to get to
Mhm.
there. Or in half an hour if you want to hustle.
And if we did that, I could
Challenge
scout
that.
down to here.
I
Like
mean, you
roughly,
can
just to see.
You can
Yeah.
start scouting already there and, like, just go south and meet up with them at the crossroads.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, so getting some height to you. I want to say you fly down to there-ish, just to
Mhm.
get a look at the land, because when you start flying and getting a good look in the morning sun, you first notice one platform that looks eerily familiar. And then a second one across the water comes into view. Curious
Sweet.
about what the rest of the island holds, you notice something on the eastern end of it, which appears
Okay.
to be
Another
platform.
bridge. Okay.
Now, keep in mind, crossing these, depending on the length of them, is going to
Yeah.
take some hours.
Not to mention, we also
That is
have to
going to
keep in
be
mind
And
perspective.
that is a longer way there. That is about a mile there. So, as I mentioned earlier, like going across this one way and then going back and then over again, that is like boom, boom, boom.
boom,
Like
boom.
getting 2 people over is going to take like an hour and like almost 2.
If
you want to get 3 people over, that's going to take almost 3 hours.
Well, for us, it would take, I think, at most 2 trips, because Deanna, Vivian, I can carry the girl, and then Ulan comes last.
If Ulan takes
Okay.
a girl and
Oh yeah, that too.
and
It'll just take 2 trips.
and Deanna takes Vivian, for example. So, but then again, like you're going to have to repeat that, like
Yeah.
that is essentially 5 miles. Let's round that out to 8 miles. 10 miles. So about 3 hours crossing rivers alone. You've already walked 1 mile to 3 miles to there. Gonna have 3 more miles to there. So that is 6, 9. That would be 15. Let's round that up to 18, 19, and yeah, you could get to the entrance of the cave in one-way travel by going this potential way. And it would be less hazardous than walking along the cliff's edge.
Yeah, that's one more thing, less hazard for that reason.
Also, I actually believe that would be a shorter way.
Just like, because this other way we have to go, yeah.
It would be like 1 day to get to like this place.
Yeah.
It'll be
Just
shorter
spend
going
1
through the
day
bridges.
to get to here.
Well,
Yeah, as I'll report back that there seems to be bridges we can take to get back to near the cave if we go down south instead the way we originally came up from.
Really?
Good.
More bridges? Oh,
Yep.
that was a good idea.
Drift
Good
bridges.
plan, Vivian.
You're welcome.
But yeah,
Let's make.
Where'd you guys
make
wanna
our way
go?
down there.
you want to brave the fun? Okay, so you're going to do the invisible bridge instead of braving the fun cliffs. Got it.
Hey, they be faster.
The bridges the bridges do be faster indeed.
Bridges it is.
We just go.
Okay. So you get up. So you've seen like these bridges a while now, and like you still find it to be very interesting, very curious. Like they look very much all alike to each other, and yeah, like they look old as hell, but they're still like look very much sturdy, like not even crumbly at all. Like you have seen like in your hometowns, you've seen newer buildings that look older.
Yeah.
It is very weird.
Mm-hmm.
You get over to this island, and you see a herd of sheep.
Huh.
They bark at you. Keep in mind, like, if you guys want to get all the way to here, that is going to be essentially with no hunting, because hunting halves your travel speed.
I think that should be fine because we have
Yeah, we'll
at least
push.
rations to last us to push that far. Unless you want to stop exploring islands and then continue after.
I mean, there's also mutton right here.
There is mutton right here too.
say we just push it.
I think half rate may be better, honestly. So, Dylan, Vivian, you're the tiebreakers.
I think we should stay on the island because the only thing that can get us is less spawn.
Blonde?
So,
I equal two butyl groups. I think we should, if we have enough,
food is dwindling.
um,
I mean,
it's
you're
dwindling.
not starving, but like,
Can we stop?
if you're going on rations alone, you don't know
Right.
how long the cave is. That is one of your main concerns at the moment.
There's gonna be
haven't-
food once you get to the
haven't
cave.
you looked into the cave, but that's basically it. You didn't go into it. For all you know, like, it's going to take you a full day to get through the cave. It might take you half an hour. You don't know.
Because I figured
Like,
that we
and
could
also,
also
like, there's
just
also the full
hunt
possibility
here.
that there's,
Yeah.
yeah, like, I mean, there's a flock right in this island if you guys want it. If not, you can just forge on ahead. I will say,
There's a
because
what?
of a flock of sheep.
Yeah.
Oh, then I say we stop on the island and pack up.
Alright, seems like we're staying.
Well, looks like
I'll
it's
give you a
mutton
+4
time.
to the survival.
Roll survival. Okay.
Are you gonna do?
Like,
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, if you guys are setting up shop here, I'm giving you a +4, like, conditional modifier for the survival check. In addition to, like, potential to aid if you want to.
Okay.
The aid check is also at a +4 to it.
Okay.
How do I
know what?
how do I do that then?
The-
I
Oh,
do
Deanna
we just added on
would-
afterwards.
*roll.
You
You can just add it on
roll
after.
normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll have Deanna do a standalone survival.
With aid or without aid? You're getting +2 regardless.
If he wants it.
As I said, I'm doing standalone survival, so I guess I'll take no aid.
Well, I mean, only one person can roll survival for food. I'm making that as a rule because if not that, everyone can literally roll survival and get enough food to last a week.
Then
Like, no
I'll
problem.
aid. I'll aid.
Oh, then I'll aid.
Well, here's the thing. I only
Yeah.
have a 1 in survival. I should have done it!
You get a +4 to your aid.
Wait,
So,
I just wait. I just
Trevor,
realized.
only-
Wait. Oh, yeah, they both aided me. I
roll an
guess.
aid
Okay.
with a +8.
I mean, roll survival +8.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see how this
Okay,
goes.
a +8 will add on afterwards. You have to royally fuck this up. You have to roll a natural 1 to fuck it
33.
up. Hey!
Hey!
Yeah, that is, you get 2 nice sheep, 2 very lovely sheep. And, yeah, like, they are a bit more, like, stringy, like, in the wool, and not necessarily as fluffy as our sheep, you could say.
Mhm.
Look more like wild sheep. Like,
Yeah.
more easily pulled off on, like, branches and stuff. But yeah, like, this is, as per the rules, I want to say enough for 8 people.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
So, I would say, like, you can, like, you feed yourselves, plus you have, like, 3 extra rations for tomorrow.
Okay.
Like,
As
yeah. If you eat it fast enough, like, it can last you, like, a little bit into the next day as well.
And I'll give my bedroll for this night to half health, by the way. So.
Yeah, I'll lay down my bedroll as well.
Okay. Let us
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah, roll.
Let
take
us roll
first
some,
watch.
perceptions. As otherwise, those that watch, roll with perception.
9.
Yeah, you see Jack squat.
I'll do second watch
you
again.
you momentarily lose Henry in the darkness and spend your time looking for him instead of staying watch.
They're taking first and second watch, then me and Ulan technically take third watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you two gotta prepare your spells.
Okay. You have gone through the night, but with just a minimal amount of bleating.
I've heard that
Those
they're
demonic
really
sheep.
annoying.
That demonic sheep, man.
The sheep can be annoying, but it can also, like, depending on if you like are used to it, it can either be annoying or it can be very much a pleasant like background.
You know,
Like,
because you both
depends on how
have
close they are.
we both had a friend who would complain about the sheep all the time, and they've like lived with a whole herd of sheep nearby.
She finally moved out.
Yeah, she moved out, but yeah, she would complain like every day of like the sheep that freaking wake her up in the middle of the night because they're bleeding right by her window.
Well,
Or the
it
time
all
that
depends. It depends on
or
the
the
person.
time that the sheep decided to electrocute itself and take out all
Oh.
the power.
That too.
Terrorist sheep.
Exactly.
But yeah, so you guys wake up. It's a lovely little morning. It looks to be storming outside. There's you can see the flashes of lightning on like in the roof. But you can only like very faintly hear the thunder.
Thunder.
But yeah, it's storming out.
Thunder. Hear the copy run.
Okay. On the road again.
On the road again.
Yep.
This is a desert of conversation, to say it like that. But it is overland travel, and I have not been rolling good for
Random
encounters. Yeah.
Rolling great.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's been going great for us.
Yeah. I'll take this kind of rolling any day.
But yeah, I rolled all the encounters that I need, and you guys managed to get all the way to the entrance of the cave without seeing much of anything except for like benign wildlife, essentially.
I don't know. That squirrel was looking at the stick really hard.
That seems pretty malignant.
You didn't see the squirrel. You didn't see it anymore.
I told the story of the squirrel though. This demonic squirrel that tried stealing the stick. I heroically fended off.
Good for you. Good. We would not have survived without you then.
Exactly.
Gianna would have been lost without Henry. You saved him.
Wahahaha.
I'm in class right now.
Yeah. With
Someone else.
Oh yeah, I was talking
worry.
to someone else.
It's all good.
Yeah, I think this is a good spot to end.
Yeah, this may be a good spot for it to end,
This
yeah.
would be a good spot to
Yeah.
end it.
Actually, I'm gonna take it a little bit step further. Just a small
Okay.
one.
Gotcha.
So you guys are standing there. You're feeling the, honestly, like standing here. When the flash happens, you hear the thunder much more closely from where you're standing, which, on your end, might be a good sign, might be a bad sign. You see, they're going off on an incline, going upwards, and the air feels a little damp. You're going into the cave, torches and whatever in hand, and you walk for like 20, 30 minutes, and you find yourself looking up, seeing like a little glimmer of natural light topside. And it's more or less like a very steep hill. If you want to get out of here, you can't just walk it. You're gonna have a little more finesse than that. Some climbing or something other is gonna have to happen.
Aaron,
Fairing all of you guys.
you're not ferrying all of us. You're gonna at least ferry the half elf.
But yeah, like you guys had like it was steepish. It was a steepish like climb, like the 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And you think you may see the light of the overworld once more.
Because it's been like a week since we've seen light.
What's that again?
Actual light.
It's only
Let's-
been 5
Well,
days.
no. You guys have seen light every day. It's just that like
It comes to
you
the sea.
you haven't felt like the
The heat.
non-stagnant air on your bodies.
Yeah.
That's it. The heat of
Yeah.
the sun. You see the light, but there's not been no heat related to it.
Yeah.
Let's talk experience.
I should have my phantom
So-
back by now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Welcome.
You've had it.
Welcome back.
Your phantom is once again back with you, and both you and it feel somewhat stronger because you gain enough experience, like to get to level up as well. You're now spiritualist level 3.
He also demands a raise.
You all gain. There's not been a whole lot of combat this one. There's been a
Yeah,
lot
no,
of
we've been,
talking.
somehow
Yeah.
we managed to avoid every single combat encounter we could have possibly ran into.
But we had a good time, I would like to think.
Oh yeah,
Um,
definitely.
Yes, we did.
We gave Azrae 500 when he
Yeah.
left.
I saw
And
500.
going based on that, I'm willing, just for the roleplay and such, I am willing to give you a little bit more. So we're saying 700 for each.
Woohoo!
Yay, 9-7.
Woo! Just 1,300 to go.
Woo.
Some 5,300 to go. All right.
Yeah, same thing for you. Same thing for you, Miguel. When it comes to your level up, we can do your toss right here. I do believe you're a D8.
2,300 win my ends.
So
Nice.
if you
Yeah.
roll me a 1d8. Yep, that's your hit die. 1d8.
Ah,
Wrong placement of the backslash.
yeah.
Hey, nice.
Hey! Nice.
Wow, dude.
And a D10 for your
Blood.
phantom. But yeah, if you could roll a 1d10 for your phantom as well.
I'm typing it.
That's fine. Just
Yeah, he
Wow,
does
what's
get.
throw it in and out of there.
It's the same problem.
It's
Wrong.
just being a bit hasty and new
It's the
system.
slash. It's the slash, man.
Yeah,
I
because
get
I
it.
was copying it. And that's what. Oh.
I rolled an
Roll.
8.
Oh,
So,
nice.
very nice there.
Okay.
All right. That's gonna
Yeah, same with
end the stream. So
same as when it comes to Azrae. If you want to set up like a level up session for us to just go through that, we can do that. If not, I'm gonna write down some level up suggestions and I'm gonna go through it at the start of the next session.
Alright. So I hope everyone who tuned into today's stream enjoyed it. Things were a bit in terms of arguments.
As a good thing.
Hey.
It's fault.
I had fun
Wow.
with my arguments, okay?
Well, if they want, I can tell them what I'm learning in organic chemistry.
Maybe another time.
Well, you could tell them like you could tell them like how when it comes to like dehydration and stuff, like how long a body actually needs to die from lack of water.
If I remember correctly, wasn't it 3 days?
I want to say so, yeah.
Yeah, usually.
3
So
days.
let's-
3 weeks for food, 3 days for water. The 3 rule.
Let's go invade Domania Duck. She
Wow.
seems to be streaming some VR horror. Later, everyone.
Later.
Bye.
I'm gonna play some orange juice.
Alright.
Yeah.
See you guys.
I'm gonna take a
See ya.
quick break and then I'm gonna go record. Later.
Later.
Bye. Alright.
Fucking way,